T minus 80 seconds. T minus 70 seconds. T minus 60 seconds. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Good evening and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies, brought to you by the Last Movie Outpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. Yoda, are you all right there, mate? It's like he's given up on life.
Everyone was frozen but me. That's all I know.
Okay. Yes, hello and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies. It's the end of the year. It's 2012 and we've made it all through. How is everybody doing? Looking forward to Christmas next week and the new year after that.
I just want to die.
Happy Kwanzaa, fellas.
Oh, yeah, and all other religious festivals which take place around this time of year, especially the pagan celebration of the winter solstice. Right, so as you can see, Father Matmus and Satan Claus are in the the festive mood, but myself and Yoda just not into it at all. Miserable sods that we are.
Losers.
Oh, we got Bug Brain with us there already. How do
Right.
How do Brain Bug? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Brain Bug so much.
Who doesn't love a good brain bug? How are we all, gentlemen? How is everybody? How are we all doing?
I'm doing better. I don't know about you guys. I was down sick last week. Just one of those ear infections that just would not go away.
Monkeypox.
No, I wish. It would have been easier to deal with.
You wish?
You wish? I know what.
Ear infection.
I know.
Keeps you awake at night.
Go run to Matt's house. You can catch it from there.
Yeah.
I think I know what. I think I know what Yoda's New Year resolution is going to be. Boys, coming out of the closet, finally out and proud. 2023.
Wasn't I already?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess.
I'm pretty sure you outed me from day one, you piece of shit. So
I've had the same. I've had a toothache, and all I can think about is Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man.
Is it safe?
I actually said that to my dentist, and I said, "You're not going to ask, is it safe?" And she didn't have any idea what it is, and I had to explain to her what Marathon Man was, and it
my
kind of ruined it.
My dad had a foolproof way of a pain-free dental experience, and this is how he did it. When the dentist leaned over to start, he would grab his balls and say, "We're not going to hurt each other now, are we, Doc?"
That's the way to do it. That's great.
That's a Mexican standoff if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Matt, how did the football go? How did the people go kicking the ball? Was it good?
No, Argentina won. But excuse my voice, I had a work still on Thursday and another one last night and didn't get until 3 a.m. So I'm a little hoarse.
He's a little
no,
horse from
Argentina
shouting drunkly at his boss for 3 hours at the works too. And another thing.
Yeah. There
I
are only
like
two
you.
genders.
I hate you, but I love you, man. You're all right. You son of a bitch.
I'll tell you who
Matt,
I hate. My manager. He's an arsehole. Oh, wait.
Matt, I want you to kind of take this like the glass half full, half empty kind of thing. It's like, yes,
Good.
Argentina won, but on the other hand, France lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing.
I didn't have a dog in the fight. I hate Argentina and I hate the French. So, but
You got
it's
to
just-
look at
it's the
that's
thought of-
that's a win in my opinion.
No, it's not because I've now got to watch pictures of Messi lifting the World Cup and all the Messi fucking bum boys will be creaming themselves over it, and it's just like, oh.
What?
One thing.
I'm very confused about soccer now.
We don't do this kind of stuff in American football that I'm aware of, but
now I understand why your version is called football and our version is called soccer.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a howdy from Zap
Zap.
Bragan as well. Hey, Zap.
oh,
Zap.
Zap.
Yeah, no, America. Yeah, no, British soccer is what the great thing I love about English football is the fact that all of the teams are actually made up from foreigners who have been paid more to do it better. So that's what the English football, teaches kids is if you want the job done right, hire in a foreigner.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah, move abroad.
I don't get it, Sean. I mean, the American team can't do anything in the World Cup. It's like we have enough illegal immigration. We should be able to put together a decent team by this point, I would think.
Yeah. Nobody's got more illegal immigrants than us, so
That's right.
Well, we're trying.
by the way,
I'm sure there's a lot of them from Argentina, so I'm just saying. There's no reason we couldn't get this done.
by the way, that reminds me, the new EU approved term for rape is Swedish hug. Just so you know. Swedish hug. Remember that, boys.
That's the same as asking for a Glaswegian kiss. Sean, if you ever go to Scotland, please ask for one. That would be hilarious.
Why would I ever go to such a shithole for?
Yeah, we border it, and I go there as little as I can. Okay, so first of all, we are going to talk about the big new movie that's come out this week, Avatar 2: The Way of Water. Now, Yoda, you've been to see this, and you really liked it, didn't you?
No. Such garbage. It is manipulative trash. It is. I remember watching the Red Letter Media talking about it, and over time how people have talked about it, and it's just such empty. The first movie was so empty. It was like people called it Dances with Wolves, but I mean, everybody was a paper thin cutout, right?
I
And
thought it was more like Pocahontas than Lincoln.
who gives a
Whatever you
fuck?
just said. Yeah, it was a rip-off of some piece of crap. Yeah.
Dances with Smurfs. It's everything that because it's also surface level because James Cameron's knowledge of history ended in second grade and is based on things that he watched in movies, and so I called it. It's like, is it woke? It's like, yes, it's woke, but it's not like 2022 woke. It doesn't have like pronouns and homosexual relationships. It has wailing. Like that's a thing still, apparently. That's really bad. And
Wait a minute. If they had whaling, was there Japanese in it? Was there a Japanese
that's
equivalent?
what I would think, but no, it's Americans, of course.
Of
It's all
course.
white people. And
Blue people.
No, the white people
No, the
are the
humans.
bad people.
I know, but what
There's
I
not
mean
a
is
single
are the
decent
blue
human in
people
this.
then the Japanese?
No, because the blue people aren't the ones that are whaling. It's us
I
coming
see.
all the way from Earth to get like a vial of shit from the whale's brain, and then we toss the entire carcass back out into the sea because apparently we can't figure out to do anything else useful with the body.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to make them like giant buffaloes then if you were trying to draw that kind of?
Well, see, but Cameron, he loves the water.
Oh,
And
that's
I
true.
gotta tell you,
Yeah.
he is creatively bankrupt. I realize that now. This is a guy who made characters like Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese and brought back, from Aliens, Ripley, and made Hicks and even The Abyss. I mean, the characters were great, and you cared about them. And now he just makes. I remember watching like G.I. Joe cartoons in the 80s, and Hasbro has them going live right now. Like you can watch every single G.I. Joe. They're just live streaming.
24/7 it does not stop. Yeah.
And they are terrible. I mean,
They are.
There's bad guys and good guys, and that's as far as it goes. That's the only character traits that we have. And that's what Avatar is with a lot more money. And it's like they brought back Quaritch because apparently you could back up your brain on a hard drive now. And so he gets brought back as a Na'vi along with his squad that all died in the last one because they all had backups. And he leaves a message to himself. And this is when I already knew. I was like, he plays the video message to himself, and he didn't
if
even
you
bother.
are reading this, I am gone.
That's basically it. He's saying, we're going to go win, but if we don't win, that's why you're watching this message, because I got killed, and you're going to take over my clone to do all this. But they didn't do any de-aging on him at all. I'm like, all this money that you threw into it, and you couldn't throw a little bit of de-aging to make it somewhat that believable that he recorded this, and it just went downhill from there. And I'm thinking, there's not one redeemable quality for this guy. Like before, you could say, okay, he's got a mission and he's trying to complete the mission because he believes in obtanium to help Earth. Maybe you could dig through that movie and find that motivation. That's all gone. Now it's just, I want to kill Sully. That's it. That's his motivation. I want to kill Sully. That's the only reason he's in this fucking movie.
I can understand because I kind of wanted to kill Sully too.
Yeah, but that's because in the real world and all the stuff that's going around with it.
But Sean, you didn't go and make a whole movie
it makes
about
no
it.
sense.
What was that, Phil?
I was going to say, but you didn't want to go and make a whole movie about it.
No, the movie is what made me want to kill Sully.
Yeah. But he's complete cardboard cutout. He has a kid that was a baby and grew up on Pandora.
Wait a minute, who did? The dead army dude?
Quaritch, the dead army dude, apparently had a baby that was left on Pandora.
They just abandoned it?
He just abandoned it because you can't put a baby in cryo.
Oh, of course not.
So he didn't know, and I'm like, what? There was not even hinted at. And then,
hold on, you're not going to hit spoilers, are you? Are you doing spoilers?
Oh, believe me, if you saw the first movie, you've already spoiled it.
I'm going to go tomorrow, but all right, I'll keep going.
You're not missing shit. I suggest that you save yourself the 3 hours. I really do.
3
the
hour
movie
run? Are you serious? It has a 3 hour
3
run?
hours.
The
10,
3
10
hours. Yeah.
Christ.
It's 3 hours. And it's the same, exactly the same beats. People die. The one person dies in it about the same time that Sigourney Weaver dies. And
wait a minute, Sigourney Weaver came back for the sequel too somehow, right?
Kinda. Yeah, she has a kid too, but it's a Na'vi kid. How she got a Na'vi kid from her Na'vi body sometime in that time period, I don't know.
I can understand him impregnating a Na'vi girl, but then if she but if she got pregnant, surely she would have had to carry that round in the Na'vi body. How does that work?
The Na'vi body is still alive and sitting in the tank.
Oh.
It's just a blank. It's just a sleep or a blank shell or whatever. There's no mind there. But I guess the Na'vi body went ahead and had a baby.
Who did she fuck?
No, nobody. They won't tell us. I don't think Cameron knows. He's just like, we'll do that in Avatar 3. We'll figure that out in Avatar 3.
And more importantly, do they use those rape tails to do it?
That would have been something interesting to see. There was nothing interesting to see in this movie.
You mean a Swedish hug?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did they use those Swedish hug tails to do it?
I guess you could say Quaritch did that to get his own flying dragon or whatever that thing is that they fly around on. Yeah, I kept waiting. I was like, well, maybe Quaritch will like, because he's a Na'vi and he has to do the same things that Sully did, that maybe he will have some sort of moment that will let him have a change of heart or have a questioning of what he's doing, make him something interesting. No,
Wait a minute. I have to stop everything. We got to come to a dead stop for a second to address the absolute autism in the chat right now from Zap B, giving us a lesson on whale oil in the early 19th century. Good job, Zap. Yes, we're all well aware of that. You don't have to take up.
This wasn't whale oil. Let me tell you something, Zap. This wasn't whale oil that they did. They took a tiny little vial out of its brain that apparently has magic properties for healing or let you live forever or something. And that was it. It wasn't the whale oil. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a little bit of secretion out of its brain, and they tossed the rest of the fucking thing into the firewood. It was so bad. And it was only to show that we are evil, that Americans are evil. That was his only message in there. Cameron's a child.
Does that really need to be said? We know that.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it better than this.
He says
even Kevin Costner's like, God, this isn't really subtle, man.
He Zap did say that it was more interesting than Avatar 2, and I have to agree. Talking about the intricacies of mid-19th century whale oil.
You're not
probably
wrong.
He's probably. I agree. I probably would rather have a conversation. It's been more fun joking about it now than.
Look, I like McDonald's. I do not defend McDonald's. McDonald's is terrible food. I know that. I'm not going to tell anybody that McDonald's is good food. It's just I like it because it's quick, it's easy, and it tastes good to me.
The same reason we all visit prostitutes.
Avatar is McDonald's. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It wasn't nothing important.
Avatar is McDonald's, and I get so irritated watching people come out there going, "It was so good, I cried." I'm like, why?
Fuck off.
That's
I'm
one
gonna
thing
go tomorrow.
That's
We
one
really-
thing I really hate.
All I have to say to that is we live in a society.
Yeah.
Cameron is just, since Titanic, he's just figured out how to easily manipulate the masses, and he goes right to the most cheap, basic emotional inducing moments that are. It's all terrible. Zoe Saldana, the entire movie, I would say 85% of her movie was her either crying or on the verge of crying.
Has she even been in anything since the first Avatar?
She was
Bits and
Gamora.
pieces, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Oh, that's her.
And
So
Star
she went
Trek.
So she went from being blue to
She was in Star
green.
Trek.
She went from being blue to green. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
She
And then
started
she
out
went
black.
back.
Anything
she went
better.
back to black in
once you-
Star Trek.
Once you go black, you go blue, and then green, and then who knows? What other colors we got?
That sounds like one of Sean's dates. She's going blue now.
No, let me tell you, and I explained this to my date last night. All I do is quarters in a sock, body shots, never the face. You don't see, it doesn't make bruises and no.
So Yoda, where would you put Avatar 2 in your top 10 this year?
My top 10 shit movies, maybe. Oh, by the way, since the blue people have to go to the water tribe, which has the blue-green aquamarine people, they get to engage in a little bit of casual racism here and there too. Because
no, you're
Cameron's
You're
asshole.
selling me now.
No, don't worry. They all learned their lesson.
Oh,
of course.
It's Cameron. You're an asshole, and you're creatively bankrupt. And if you're going and seeing this and you think it's good, I just feel like Veronica Cartwright, the end of Body Snatchers, when she realizes she's the last one left on Earth. You didn't like Avatar.
and just imagine that you went and spent money on this, real money.
Yeah.
You're
encouraging Cameron to make more.
We live in a time of 10% inflation, and you spent money on this shit.
I feel bad for it. I really do.
Was
if I
it
could get my money back? I would.
Was it 3D?
Yeah, I did the whole IMAX thing because I was like, at least it will look good. And you know
Was
what?
it?
Doesn't
No.
look that great.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks as good as the first one, but there was nothing like way better. There was a couple of scenes I was like, well, okay, that looks very photorealistic. Some very simple scenes that looked really good, but so much of it looked like video game. I was kind of shocked that I was expecting it to look much better than it did.
The only good 3D
Cameron ripped
is...
off every single movie he has. There's a scene from True Lies in it. I swear to God. There's the aliens. There's definite aliens parts in there. There's definite abyss stuff and the sinking of the Titanic that pretty much happens in here.
What about
where people
Piranha?
are stuck aboard the ship.
Piranha 2.
There may be a case for Piranha if the piranha is really big.
I would say that that's probably close enough.
If you're getting attacked by a giant fish about the size of a shark or bigger than that, maybe.
Yeah.
I that's the closest I can come because there wasn't really small fish coming at you. But every other movie he has, there's at least one scene in it. You remember the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis is being interrogated in True Lies, and she's with the one-way mirror, and she throws a chair at it? Exact same scene in this movie. I kid you not. I'm like going, oh my God, he's so creatively bankrupt. He's not only ripping off the first movie, which is it's beat for beat the same movie, with the same moments and everything, but then he's also ripping off all his other own movies because he's got nothing. He's got nothing in the tank anymore. So don't go see Avatar.
I hope I come out of it tomorrow going, that was amazing.
I just want to see Matt there sitting there going, no, it's great. I'm loving it. It's brilliant.
What the hell?
No,
What the
brilliant.
hell is wrong? This is an absolute masterclass.
If you tell me you love it, Matt, I will lose all respect from you and have to seriously decide whether or not you can continue to be on this stream.
Yeah, this probably be my last entry.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. I'm going to go and see it, and then I'll message you after once I've done it. And let you know.
Yes, the fish did fly in a way. Yes, there are some sea creatures that they ride that are underwater, but they have wings and they do fly, but they like leave their tail in the water. You remember those stupid things from Last Jedi that had to drag the hook on the ground? That's what these things do, but they drag their tail in the water for some reason, but they fly otherwise. Why? I don't know.
I know a friend of mine said he wants to go and see it, and I just said I will watch it, but it comes out on streaming, but there's just nothing that I'm like excited or, I just don't see the point. Like I say, I'll sit through it for the sake of sitting through it, but that's it. I've got no desire to watch it at all.
I have no intention. I have no intentions of ever watching it at any point in time.
Boomer woke. That's what it was. It was terribly
Over to me.
Terrible.
Let's move on.
Okey-doke. Let's move on. So, 2022 has been another interesting year. It seems like thank you for the sound effects. And it seems like you're saying about creatively bankrupt. It seems like that's what Hollywood is. But there have been some gems. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each month. And we found some little lists of things, of stuff that came out throughout the month and stuff. So, in January this year,
I hope you got the list.
Yeah.
Good.
First of all, the only thing we kind of
hold on, Yoda. Why did you just go all Joe Biden and start whispering?
I'm woefully unprepared for this.
Well, it's a good job there are some professionals here.
Yeah, just like Joe Biden, I'm woefully unprepared for this job.
Now, the first movie that came out in sort of January. Now, all of you, I'm imagining, are going to go, which one? The 355, which had Sebastian Stan, Diane Kruger, and Jessica Chastain in. It was about a bunch of female superheroes.
And I'm sure you watched it because that ugly hatchet-faced bitch is in it.
A deep set eyes and locked jaw.
I remember them talking about it now. I remember there was a lot of how bad it was and how it just didn't have any...
I have watched it, and I can't tell you a thing about it.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was some
So
good.
why are we
fight
talking about
sequences.
it? Move on.
Move
I'm
on.
just saying.
Let's go.
No.
Come on,
Okay.
come on. Let's hit it. Come on. Who cares?
Faster.
Let's go.
Okay, the next one then. The next sort of big. I mean, like I said, there's a load of films that have come out here, but there's a load of stuff that I don't even recognise. But the next big one that came out in January was then The Eternals.
Don't care.
Okay.
That was
Move on.
that was horrendous.
Man, the only thing I have to say about that is that we were still really in kind of lockdown. Not I mean, the theaters really, because Eternals came out on. Did that come out in January? Are you sure?
Yeah, January. Yeah. Well, it says
that seems like it was 2 years ago to me. Yeah.
I was thinking it came out.
I
before
remember
then.
January.
That was this year, wasn't it?
That's
It seems like 12 months ago, but
I think it's funny that an MCU movie comes out in fuck you, it's January.
Yeah.
Which is generally the dumping ground. But I mean, given the quality of that movie, and I have to say, that probably deserved it.
the other one here going through this list, the other big one that came out was Scream.
Cecil liked it.
I know. Do you know what? I saw that on Twitter this week. Because I'm following him on Twitter, and he said about he didn't mind Scream. Again, Scream. To me, all I remember about it is the end of Scream was exactly the same as end of Scream 1. And people have been going on about how Scream 6 is coming out, and they're really excited. And I'm really sort of, are they?
Scream 6. Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Have we frozen?
No.
No,
Oh no, sorry. No, it's me. Sorry. Scream is just, it's another one of those flogging a dead horse because they can't come up with anything original ideas.
Well, listen, it's no different than like the Friday the 13th series or something, right? You get sort of the same thing. You know how it's going to end every time, and there's a certain, its audience likes that. You know what I mean? It's fine.
I think there's a bit of a difference. There was like in the 80s, you'd be making these movies like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, or even like a Police Academy or something. They just kept making it during, until the well ran dry. But it all felt like it was all done fairly current, and then they all walked away, right? Yeah. Scream is like we shot our load in the 90s, right? With Scream, then it was done. Move on. But no, then they come back, 20, 25, 30 years later and make these things. It's like, that's where I feel like what you're saying, Phil. It's like you're getting into these weird member-berry nonsense that just adds a layer of crap to it that I just don't want to see anymore.
Well, we're both right, but the fans that
will
go back, the one that goes, the people that keep going back to it and like it are the same kind of people that liked, a new Friday the 13th movie every year for 8 years. You know what I mean?
But again, it kind of just takes away that specialness about it.
Listen, I'm not making a case for it. I'm just telling you that's the fan base mindset for it.
And another thing, in other things that came out in January, just to talk, because like I say, there was no other major movies, but Peacemaker came out in January on HBO Max, and some people have really rated that. I didn't even bother because I thought that John Cena's whatever he's called, Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad, I wasn't bothered. But did any of you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Nope. Nope.
I generally enjoyed the show, but I thought, and this is what, I know we weren't going to talk about DC, but this makes me worry about DC, is because James Gunn has like these jokes, and in a 8-episode series or whatever it was, these things just go too far, and it just got too much. Okay, he's in a giant squid monster and he's covered in goo. Oh, he loves that joke. He did it in Guardians. He did it in the Suicide Squad movie.
Are you saying James Gunn tells jokes that go too far?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hang on. I'm going to read one of these. Hang on.
Pull up his Twitter feed.
Is he at Band again? I like Peacemaker for the most part. It did all right. It just went a little too James Gunnian in a few places, but I really worry about him trying to take on the top tier superheroes. I mean, you got to do Sincere with Superman, and I just don't think James Gunn does Sincere very well.
No, he doesn't.
He's like quirky, great. I mean, Guardians is great. Superman. I don't know.
One of the other TV series that came out in January, which I've never seen, but I know people rave about it, is that Euphoria. Again, anybody seen it?
No, I've heard it. No.
I haven't got enough tissues to watch it, so no.
It looks pretty amazing.
It's nothing about it that I just kind of interest me about it. As such, apart from
It's not made for you, Phil. Do better.
Yeah.
The other thing that came out in January, and all of you are going to go, did they? Is How I Met Your Father, which was a gender swap on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my God. I can't believe I didn't see that.
I'll send you the link.
I actually watched, I think I watched an episode or two of that and went, what the fuck, and walked away. And that was, that's all I remember.
You know, I want you to know, and you too, Phil, that we have a very limited time on this earth. And how you spend that time is important. And spending it watching things like Avatar 2, How I Met Your Father, fucking Star Wars sequels is doing this to God. Who gave you this?
Complaining 2 hours a week about movies on YouTube, you know.
This is therapy.
No,
this really helps me.
Wait.
You're back on now, are you?
Wait, no. You complain for 2 hours about movies on every week on YouTube. I spread racism and bigotry for 2 hours every week on that. There's a difference.
It's got a point.
It's therapy for all of us.
It's pretty subtle.
I'm red pilling people.
Yeah, sure you are.
You're complaining about Star Wars.
Okay,
I branch out into other properties to complain about, I believe.
Let's have a look. Let's move on.
Before you move on to January, there's one at the end of last year that I only just now picked up on, but I got to admit is really, really good. And that's Arcane. It's on Netflix, 9-episode series.
Arcane?
Arcane. And it's like a steampunk. It's CGI, but it's kind of got an anime look to it. But I'm shocked at how good it is. Really good.
Speaking of that, and I don't know if Phil will bring this up, but earlier this year, that Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix was excellent. Rated the highest recommendation, 5 out of 5.
It's on my watch list.
Is it that good? I was gonna. I that's what I saw that, and I was like, there was something else that somebody mentioned. I think maybe The Drinker or somebody, and did a little digging. It was Arcane, so I said, okay, I've been meaning to watch this. I started watching it, and yeah, it was as good as I expected it to be. So I'll give the Cyberpunk one.
The first 2 episodes are a little bit slow to set things up, but it becomes it's a masterclass for real.
What do you mean for real? Whenever I use the term, it's for real. Okay, so let's move on to
we know, Phil.
In February, I mean, I heard of this, a Tinder swindler, but nobody watched that, did they?
Nope.
No. The other big one that came out was Moonfall, which was
I did not bother.
I did watch it.
This is depressing, isn't it? I thought we'd have fun, but I just this dog shit keeps coming up, and I'm like, remember that 1987, all the movies that came out in 1987.
I mean, with it was one of those movies that was just so terrible. I actually kind of enjoyed it because it was so bad. It was about basically the Earth. Yeah, the moon basically was going to crash into Earth, but it turned out that living inside the moon was like a superstructure and all this kind of stuff. And it had Sam from, I know it sounds really horrible because I can never remember his name, but Sam from Game of Thrones. Yeah. And I mean, it was bloody awful, but at the same time, I kind of I only watched it the once. I wouldn't watch it again, but I was kind of like, this is so terrible. I'm actually kind of enjoying it.
Roland Emmerich moment. Move on.
Yeah. Jackass Forever.
I just want to know why they keep giving him money. It's just unbelievable to me.
I
like Jackass Forever. Yes, I liked it.
It was all right. I don't like it as much as the older guy. When the guys were all still young enough.
It's a little bit more wincing when they're that old.
Yeah.
It's like last time he gets thrown off a horse. No, wait. He gets up.
Johnny Knoxville's going to try and stand up. Watch, look. It's
like in this one, they're actually bringing the ambulance. He's completely in a coma. Oh no!
What did he do? He
Should I
turned
be
up on
laughing
set.
at this? I don't know.
Steve-O has to take his insulin shot before his food challenge.
at least at one point they have to say in memoriam of one of the guys that died.
Yeah.
Well, that was Bam Margera, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. Well, he might as well be dead. But no, there's that Ryan Dunn died in a car wreck, and Bam
Yeah,
just
he did, didn't he?
they wouldn't let Bam on because he couldn't control his cocaine habit.
It's just getting uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
I'm laughing,
Yeah,
but I'm like,
I found that they had like some new people on there, and one of them was basically this fat guy, and it made me laugh because it was basically this fat guy is like, oh, what else could we do to him? Oh, we could shoot him out of a cannon. Yeah, sure, and they obviously just.
It's so fun to watch fat people be humiliated and hurt, isn't it? The only thing better than watching a fat guy get hurt is watching a woman get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
well, they have that in there. They did bring
I
in a
know.
woman
Yeah,
cast
they
member.
did. Yeah.
And I was watching that going,
What really made me laugh about that is the fact when they got this scorpion and they're stinging her lips.
Oh, I
And
know.
at one point, one of the guys goes, "Oh, it's on your boob. Can I have permission to touch it so I can get it off?" And it's like, wow, that's how politically correct is that?
Yeah.
nowadays?
So let me
make sure you get consent to remove the live scorpion from her titty. Okay.
So how much money would it take? How much money would I have to pay each of you? What would be your bottom line to get me to let you be stung on the lips by a scorpion? Phil, you go first. How much? What's the lowest amount you'd take? For real. Be real now. Don't say like
Okay,
15
no, I'm
bucks.
thinking about it. I don't know. Say
50 grand?
No. Oh, bloody hell! See, I was thinking about $5,000.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
How long does the sting last for?
Oh, it's pretty freaking painful. I mean, you'd be hurting for 8-9 hours probably. And you could take some sort of medication, like if you had access to a morphine syringe, I would
Like
let
your
you do that.
EpiPen, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. 20 grand?
20 grand. What about you, Yoda?
$1 million.
Really, you
If I'm going to debase myself, it better be generation changing. I can retire fucking wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Be able
yeah.
to pay off my house and stuff. I'm not going to debase myself for that kind of shit for pennies.
yeah.
Oh,
I'd probably
I'll be
do it. I'd probably do it for about 10 grand.
I think if you can
I'm
have
just
morphine to
a
numb the
higher
pain.
class of whore than you guys. That's really what
Evidently.
I'm figuring out here.
It's not Winston Churchill, and he said to this woman, would you have sex for £1 million?
Yeah.
And she said, well, yeah. Or would you have sex for £50? No, I'm not a prostitute. Well, apparently you are. We're just negotiating the price.
We're just haggling.
This Vietnam veteran friend I know told the story about how before they got to Vietnam, they had to stop over in Taipei or something like that, and there was a local prostitute that would fuck for $1, and all the guys went to it, and one of them come back. He's like, I gave her $50, and he says, "What, the $50? She was only $1. Why'd you give her $50 for?" He said, "I didn't want anybody to think I'd fuck a cheap prostitute."
I hope he at least got a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Blacklight came out. That was a Liam Neeson film, which even I didn't bother watching because
Yeah.
Liam Neeson's churning that garbage at the moment. Death on the Nile came out.
Didn't watch
No.
it. Don't
I was
care.
so disappointed by Orient Express. I didn't even give it a shot. I've heard it's might not be too bad, but I don't know.
It was bloody awful.
Was it?
Um,
All right.
I'm just trying to see what else came out here.
Makes it easy.
One, I know I'm going to get grief for this, but Dog came out with Channing Tatum, which was all right.
I heard
I
it
didn't
was not
see
bad.
It was all right. And then, then Uncharted came out, which was...
Didn't see it.
I don't understand how these computer games have such brilliant writing in them sometimes, and they make really good stories in the computer game. And then when it comes to the film, they'll just sort of go... And
Because
just,
Hollywood screenwriters think they're better than they think they're above that. Like, video game screenwriters are, you're below me. I can do better than what you did. And so they end up making dog shit.
I've got a great story about this. I went to a comic convention a couple years ago. I met Jim Shooter, who all of you might remember as
I know Jim Shooter. Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking to him, and he had this big photograph thing that he would let you look at of his career, and the topic of G.I. Joe and Transformers come up, and he was like, "Yeah, we were basically, Larry Hama. They come to us, and I helped develop it. Larry Hama did the background cards on the G.I. Joes and all this kind of stuff, and he was talking about the comic, and I said, Jim, I always wondered why was the show of the Transformers and G.I. Joe, why did the comic book have such a different, canon? Well, and I said,
why was it better?
Yeah, and he said because we wrote a bunch of stories, and the TV exec said, we're not letting a bunch of comic book writers write that. You guys aren't real writers.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Rough.
Wow.
And the thing is, I had those original Transformer comic books back then. They weren't bad. I mean, they weren't. It was 1980s, but they were a hell of a lot better than the dog shit show.
The Transformers show. After
it was the same.
movie,
it was the same as the G.I. Joe show. And
well,
all the characters have two traits. They are a good guy or a bad guy, and they are whatever vehicle they transform into. So,
but you got to after the movie though, you got to admit there was some big story arcs and some complex.
There was a few. They did some things, but I mean, the only characters that had more than two traits were Optimus Prime, Megatron, because they had the third trait of being the leader. Yeah. And that was it. That was the show. And it was just rinse and repeat every week.
You better be careful if you're about to badmouth Optimus Prime right now. I can't be responsible.
I have an Optimus Prime, buddy.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
An original.
Yeah.
In the box.
Okay. Let's move on. So the other one that came out.
Hold on. Phil, you've missed one out. You missed Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm getting there. there.
I've got that as Feb on mine.
Yeah, we're still. Yeah, no, I'm getting there. So, but we also had the Kingsman, which was the follow-up to the King. It's the prequel.
Dog shit.
Crap.
I don't remember it being particularly very good.
Dog shit is the term you're looking for. I'm sorry, dog shot.
But then yes,
I thought it was great.
You would.
Did you?
I didn't see it, but I mean, I thought it was great.
From what I read on Rotten Tomatoes, the most
trusted of opinions.
Yeah, but yeah, there was also the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I loved it.
Was the
loved it. Loved that Texas Chainsaw.
I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
I saw it. It's the one where I did like him.
He calls the people up on the bus, right?
Yeah, that was the best part where they're like, "Oh, we're going to cancel you," and he just starts carving them up.
No.
The rest of it is
he's the hero. He's the hero of the piece. People misunderstand it.
Yeah,
he's the hero.
It's okay.
Fair enough. The other one that came out, which was very good, which I did see, was Ted K.
Yes, loved it. 5 out of 5.
That was very good. What was weird was is at the ending you are going, the guy's making a point. Why are we after him?
Yeah.
It was not a hit piece, much to my surprise. It was great. No. 5 out of 5. Highest recommendation. Ted Kaczynski being a personal hero of mine anyway. I don't know why you laughed at that. I don't know why you laughed at that. That's completely true.
No, I was going to say the only thing that's stopping Sean is he doesn't know how to get stuff to make explosives.
That's not true. Exactly,
allegedly.
Look at his search history. Then in February as well came out Free Guy by Sean
Yoda.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yoda liked that one, didn't you?
I did. I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything deep or anything, but it did what it was supposed to do. It had good character arcs.
And Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds, and it was quite good. It was quite entertaining. It was it was a nice sort of like fairly original IP of an NPC in a computer game living his life.
Anything original like that nowadays deserves at least a try. You know what I mean?
A nod. Yeah.
It needed about 40% less Taika Waititi, and I think it would have been really great.
The world needs about 100% less Taika Waititi.
The Studio 666, which I thought was quite good fun. That's where the Foo Fighters. No, I thought it was. It was stupid, but I quite liked it.
I meant stupid in the bad way.
Oh right, no. See, I like to say I quite enjoyed it. It was all right.
That tracks.
Matt, the The Godfather was released as the 50th anniversary. You went to see that in the cinema, didn't you?
I did, mate. I went to see 1 and 2. It was glorious and magnificent, and
Masterclass films,
they
legit
were
master.
masterclass films. Yeah, they were absolutely. And you know what? The cinema was packed, and it was silent as well. There's no rustling of sweets or people crunching down on nachos. And,
No black
it
people.
was just
No,
good.
what you're saying,
Dude, I got level 57 on Candy Crush. Yay!
So you're saying there was no black people in the audience?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Looking at some of the TV that came out.
Now, I gotta tell you, before you get all racist on this, after being in theater yesterday, I can tell you that white people are just as annoying and insufferable in the theater as anybody else.
It's just nobody.
Put your damn phones down, kids.
I would probably be on my phone too in the middle of Avatar 2 if I was foolish enough to go see it.
Fair.
Just looking through some of the TV stuff. Pam and Tommy came out in February as well, which
Oh,
I haven't seen.
I haven't
It's on
seen
my
it
list.
either.
I keep.
It's good.
I've seen the other video of Pam and Tommy. from
Well,
back
who
then.
That came out years ago.
Yeah.
That's not February.
I would rate it 5 out of 5 for Pam, but Tommy makes me feel so bad that I have to rate it a 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's
The most confusing fap I ever had.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The other thing that
It
came.
was a good show, really good show. Check it out.
Lily James is amazing, and even though they're fake, I still want to see it. Just for that. The other thing that came out in February was Reacher.
100%, 5 out of 5, highest recommend, masterclass, goddamn best thing Amazon's produced since The Boys.Maybe even superior to The Boys, really.
Yeah, because I'll
I
tell
agree
you
with
what,
that.
I'm getting a little tired of the boys and all this nihilistic
Yes.
superhero stuff. It's getting on my nerves.
It's
But
the whole
Reacher,
superhero
100% agree with you, sir. Absolutely fantastic.
Another thing that came out in February, which nobody watched, was Bel Air, which was the gritty, realistic version
Oh my
of the
God, I
Pizza
forgot
Bell.
all about that.
Fresh Prince, The Fresh Prince is a gritty reboot of Fresh Prince where Will.
Somebody made a trailer.
Let me wait.
of the
I got a
Fresh
pitch.
Prince.
I got a pitch. Bel Air, Will Smith, but this time he's cucked by his wife. He goes on a rampage of
slapping other black people.
Just like imagine falling down, but a black dude that's angry because he's been cucked by his wife. So you guys see where I'm going with this? What do you think? You think this?
I think so.
I just see it like they do the show, right? They get to the end and they have whatever it is, and Will is going to go off and do his thing, and it's a nice ending, and then it cuts like 25 years later, and it's just the Oscar thing. It's keep your damn hand off my whack.
And then he gets canceled on Twitter, and he's looking at it. And he's looking at it, and he's like, "I'm the bad guy. How did this happen? I did everything.
But they gave me an Oscar.
I did everything Weinstein told me to do."
No, they show that, and then they just cut back to Uncle Phil and his aunt back in Bel Air, going, "Jesus, we really fucked up."
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take the boy out of the ghetto.
The other one that came out in February was Severance, which was actually
Amazing.
pretty decent. Yeah, it's pretty decent series. That's the one where they go down to the elevator and they have their mind.
I've been wanting to see
erased.
that.
It's really good. It ended really well, and I know they're working on the second season, and I'm quite looking forward to it because it was good.
That was on Apple TV.
Yeah,
I think.
Another
That's why nobody
streaming
saw
service.
it.
Yes, Apple TV. Yeah.
No, check it out. It's very good, very clever.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, really.
It's
smart.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's really smart.
From the way you're talking about, I assume it's sci-fi then, right?
Well,
Well,
it kind of.
It is, but
not like-
basically
it-
people like us would just you sign up to this new job.
High
and you
concept,
go
I
and you
would
put your
think would be
personal
better.
belongings behind, and then you go in this elevator to the top floor, and then this personality is sort of switched off, and
So
a new
they-
personality which is just focused
so-
on work takes over.
So you go up there, and then the Dominion voting machine turns you into a Democrat, is what you're saying.
Practically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's really good. You should definitely worth checking out.
Okie dokie then. So March. in March we had a West Side Story came out. Spielberg's West Side Story. That was
Yoda.
that was pretty decent.
Yoda rated it pretty high, if I recall.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Gay.
It was good, but I mean, it's like it's West Side Story. It's the same movie. I mean, just watch the first one. I don't have anything against it. It was well done, well produced. It just
that was the downside of it.
What did it add that wasn't already there? I don't know.
More gayness.
Sure, more gayness. That's what it was.
The other big one that came out in March was The Batman.
Gay.
Yeah, you know it.
Dog
Good.
shit. My
opinion is just diminished on that one.
What would you guys say if I was able to get the creator of Bane and loaded Batman writer Chuck Dixon to come on the show with us very soon?
Yeah, do it.
Would you like that, Matt? Do you think you could stay up
like
late?
that.
Do you think you could stay up a little bit late and get in on that? No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I would. And do you know what? If it'd be all right, I'd have my son sit with me as well because he's
good idea. Promising something like this on air, and then we can't.
I'm
deliver.
sorry. No,
well
I
done,
can't.
guy.
He will. I'm pretty sure he's come on. He's been willing to. So
have him come on. Yeah, we'll be happy to. I got plenty of questions because getting back to the Batman.
I didn't say anything about you being there with us.
Well, tough shit.
I own
the accounts. Guess what, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to the Batman. I was bored. Didn't
feel you're bored with everything.
Listen,
yeah, that's true.
I don't like Batman. Everything. I don't like Batman or anything about Batman. But I tried to keep because I did enjoy the Christian Bale versions of it. I tried to watch it and it bored the absolute shit out of me. I didn't make it an hour into it and turned it off.
I really liked it initially, except for the ending I thought was just so god awful. And I thought it ruined the movie, to be honest with you. But the more I look back on it, it's just so nihilistic and dreary. And I know, Batman's dark and gritty, but even the Christian Bale ones, it's not like you just want to kill yourself. It's like, it's dark and gritty, but he's working towards something brighter at some point, right? And in this one, you just like, Batman just walks around just looking like he's about ready to kill himself at any moment.
I always got a very dystopian feel from the Christopher Nolan versions of Batman, honestly. I always felt like it's in a permanently crapsack world. And it's just
It does go down and then up, but I mean, at the end, it's getting better.
I didn't even feel that at the end. I felt like, well, at least this guy's going to continue on fighting this, shitbag world. But I never got any things are the only upshot to it was like, well, at least Bruce Wayne got away. Before he got to live a little bit of life with this woman who's probably going to stab him in his sleep anyway.
His motivation is still I think the city can be better. I think I can help people. There is a optimism towards it. And in the Batman, it's just I'm just mad because my parents are dead and I'm going to hurt people. And that's about it. And I mean, it's
Batman,
so.
Do you think
he's Batman?
Do you think doesn't that kind of miss the mark on the Christopher Nolan? Because I don't get the impression Bruce Wayne's the kind of guy that would just be like, I'm retiring. I'm just going to step away. Because that's not something the Punisher would do. The Punisher would keep going until he died.
I have my problems with the last movie and for a lot of reasons, but I'm just saying that the first two movies, I think his motivation in being Batman, I think kind of fell in line with what you would expect with Batman. And I think the Batman crosses that subtle but important line of, trying to avenge and right justice in a dark and gritty world and just being nihilistic and for nihilism's sake. And I don't know. It just doesn't, it's kind of a slog and a chore to get through. I don't really want to rewatch it again.
How did you feel about the movie Seven? Because that's a very nihilistic movie.
It is, but Seven is not Batman. Seven's a very different movie.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but it's Gotham. The Seven is meant to be not Seven. Gotham in the Batman is obviously meant to be Seven. So if you was to imagine Gotham, then Seven's a perfect setting for that.
It just goes too far for me. I also, Phil, I like your thing, like all the Batmans by the end, it's just like a black screen saying, Commissioner
Yeah.
Gordon, can you see? I can't see nothing.
Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on. So another movie that came out, I think somebody mentioned it, was Gold. Was Zac Efron? Did anybody mention that?
No, I saw that it was up and almost watched it one day, but then changed my mind.
Okay. Going through some others. Here we go. Blah blah blah. Anyway, X came out, which I thought was
pretty good. Pretty good.
It was X was the what's her name? Mia Goth.
Yeah.
And they go to film a porno, and then the two old people kill them. And the style of it was beautiful, apart from the fact that it was set in modern day and not the 70s, which is what the style was aiming for.
Yeah.
And secondly, the just two old people just weren't scary.
Right.
And
well, I could make an argument that people look at these four old guys and feel pretty scared.
I would say if the old people were shooting the porn, that would have been scary.
Yeah, that would have been horrific. Take it down a notch, Yoda. Let's not go there, okay? You know, everybody.
The other one that came out was Deep Water, which we were all looking forward to and was thoroughly disappointing. That's the one where Andy Damaris gets nude with Ben Affleck. Again, it's just.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. What's funny is me reading this out and people going, what? Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
There was a new
we
version.
got to move on so I could get back to where I actually remember this shit.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Step it up.
I'm just trying to find them.
We're only a quarter through the year.
George,
we're halfway through the thing.
I'll tell you what was quite good was Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was
fun. I don't care what you thought.
We know that.
It was entertaining because the two leads were entertaining enough, not because the story was worth a shit.
Yeah. Now, what did come out, which still is probably in my top 5, was RRR. RRR.
Yeah, we know you liked it.
I liked it.
Fantastic movie. It was ridiculously stupid, but
at least I like the first half. I haven't finished it yet. It's like 7 hours long. It's crazy. 3 hours of it is a dance number at the end.
TV series. Here we go. TV series. Moon Knight came out. What?
Phil, I think you missed Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's later in the year.
It's not on my list here. That's why.
I've got it as March on my list.
Did that come out in March? There's no fucking way that's that old.
Yeah,
that come out.
I think it did.
It is.
Yeah, it did. I know it was.
It's not on my list for some reason. Maybe it might be in the next month. I don't know.
Why is that not on your list? That is one of the best. That is the best movie this year, possibly.
No, you're out of your mind.
I am.
There's no way. The Northman come out. Dinner in America come out this year. There's no way that's better than those, man.
I'm trying to find it.
I can't find it. Everything Everywhere. I don't know which list. No. The place I'm looking at, it's just got a list of all the big movies that come out, but for some reason they haven't listed everything.
Phil,
Everywhere.
check Slack. I've just sent you a link.
Thank you. Right, here we go.
What do you want to talk about?
Big hot mamas in my area.
Hold on, what's my wife on now?
Are we getting spammed on the chat again? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
Right, okay. So, actually, this one is better. Thank you, Matt. That is much better. So, March. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Again, Everything Everywhere All at Once was fantastic. Absolutely great fun.
I did.
Really
it was. I thought it was overrated.
It's like you said. You want to see something at least pretty original. That was it.
I don't feel it was all that original. I really don't think it felt like a mashup.
I love how you're giving Free Guy more of a pass than this one.
No, I give this one the same pass. I'm just saying it was a lot of concepts we've seen before mashed together, which was still
I'm gonna rewind the tape. I swear to God, you were much more positive about Free Guy, which is nowhere near as good a movie as Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Well, I agree with that.
Coming back to this, with Everything Everywhere All at Once and the whole multiverse thing, another one that's not on here is Doctor Strange, because that came out this year as well. And I mean, to me, Doctor Strange didn't do the multiverse very well, whereas Everything Everywhere All at Once did.
It was garbage. It had some great Sam Raimi moments, but as a movie, it sucked.
Okay, right. I think then we've completely covered March, so let's move on to the next month, April. I think then let's just jump into March. April, and we had. Oh, now right. If any of you say anything against this, you're all idiots. Okay, because Morbius came out. Ironically, on April 1st. That makes it even funnier for some reason.
It was fantastic.
Anyway,
again, there's nothing I can tell you about that.
There's one really great thing about Morbius. There's just one really, really great thing about Morbius. It was so bad, it created memes that fooled a giant studio into thinking it was popular. So they re-released it and spent a pile of money to re-release this dog shit movie twice.
I think I wrote the article on this, and it turns out that the re-release, every cinema they re-released it in made $240 each.
Which doesn't probably cover the cost of
driving the film there.
Yeah.
The internet
they probably
connection.
do it over the internet, but it doesn't cover their bandwidth costs.
The worst thing is they're probably doing a sequel.
Netflix released The Bubble, which looked good on paper, but was absolutely atrocious in execution. Absolutely terrible movie.
What was that? I don't remember
that. That was where they were all trapped they were supposed to be filming a film, and they were all trapped in lockdown, and so they did it all with green screen and everything.
Oh,
so Karen Gilligan,
our own Sean Bird ripped that movie. It came out of hibernation and did one video this year to shred that movie. That's how bad that movie was.
But then conversely, stuff like Chris Pine came out in The Contractor, which was... Hang on, no, I'm thinking of Extraction, I think.
Extraction was an excellent movie.
No, The Contractor is where he came out and did some private work and was
out of the closet.
Ambulance came out, which was entertaining.
Never saw it.
I didn't. I tried to watch it and it bored me.
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Didn't even get rid of it.
Don't give
we all like the Fantastic Beasts.
Here's what we say about that particular movie. My daughter is a huge Potterhead. Loves the Harry Potter series. It's her Star Wars. And now she is just like her dad, angry at all the sequels.
Oh, it's so good to see the next generation die.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's like the other one that came out, Sean, you like this, didn't you? Metal Lords.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun.
That's
a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It sounds like a cartoon after school in the 80s.
Apparently Madagascar 4 came out.
Nobody gives a shit.
Really? I had no idea.
And then we had
David Schwimmer needs work, man.
Then we came up to one of the highlights of the year, which was The Northman.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was so well done.
Proper
I still remember the conversation that we had about it.
Kino.
About the two men fighting naked on the volcano, and Matt thought that they were like willy slapping each other. Yeah. But no, Northman was.
Which Yoda? Fantastic. Have you seen it yet?
No, I'm really homophobic, and these naked guys fighting. I've got to really work myself up to this. So sorry, I just haven't.
The other one.
It's not what they say it is.
Yes,
I watched it the
is.
other week.
Yes, it is.
It's not. They're like, you don't see dicks and they're not wiping each other up.
No, it's not really gay. They're not.
That's what disappointed you, Matt.
I was already. I was sitting there. My hands were warm.
See, Matt, going through
the
freeze
don't see
frame.
any of their dicks or nothing, man.
Going through on freeze frame, trying to catch it. Like the other one that came out was the unbearable weight of a massive talent. Which again,
I love that.
Interesting take.
Yeah, that's seamless.
It's all right. Nicolas Cage is Nick Cage.
Wait a minute. I need you to say it like the detective does in what's the Simon Pegg movie where they're cops? Hot Fuzz. I want you to say it like Nicholas.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there you go.
Cage is Nick Cage.
Nick fucking Cage. I love the movie, but it did kind of like the ending got really. What's the
it
word I'm
kind of
looking
lost
for?
it a little bit at the end. didn't
Yeah, it became very conventional, like just kind of another action movie. It didn't have a moment that really tied it all together with all the I won't call it fourth wall, but the what do you call it? Dealing with Nick Cage in this type of scenario and really taking advantage of it. But
Again, it was a good plot, but just without thinking through. It was kind of somebody pitched the idea and then didn't know how to end it.
it's weird. It's almost like a '90s family movie, like a Liar Liar or something. The ending it just felt really formulaic or something. But up until then, there was some, like when he comes in and sees the statue of himself, Castor Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's grotesque. I'll give you $10,000 for it.
I'm just looking through some of the TV series. Oh no, one actually I still haven't got around to watching this yet, but it also was the final series of Better Call Saul.
Don't give a shit.
Best show on TV.
Have you never heard of a little show called True Detective Season 1?
True Detective Season 1 is immaculate. I'll give you that. But we're talking about Breaking Bad, which had 5 or 6, depending on how you look at it, great seasons, and then Better Call Saul, which had 5 or 6 great seasons consistently and ended well. And you can't say that about many shows where they stick the landing.
That's
And
true.
both of those shows did, and they are great. Ones that are rewatchable, I love them. They're great.
What's funny about this? I'm going through some of these lists. I'm looking through all this stuff and thinking there is a lot of crap I have never even heard of that's been released throughout these years and stuff. Because another one that came out.
Consume content, Phil. Consume it.
Must watch more. Tokyo Vice came out by Michael Mann, and again,
you know what? Michael Mann did that?
yeah, I'm sure it's Michael Mann.
I like his stuff,
No, there's no way Michael Mann. I would have heard about that he was doing that, man.
I swear.
Well, look it up real quick. You're the producer.
I am. Why have I not seen his name on it? I swear.
Probably because he didn't do it.
Oh, it was a man called Michael. Sorry.
Easily
Hang on.
confused.
Bloody hell.
Well played, sir.
Michael Mann.
Yes, Zach,
he directed episode 1.
Oh, he directed one episode. There's a big difference between he directed episode
No,
1.
but he produced the rest of the series as well.
Oh, well, I'm definitely going to check it out now. I did not know that.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I like Mann stuff.
Right, okay, where are we going back to? Right, let's move on to May. Okie doke. So, there we go. Doctor Strange. Now, one that I did quite enjoy was Men by A24.
We know you like that one.
That was great. The whole end of that was fantastic, with the man giving birth to the next man, and then I really enjoyed that.
Very. You know what? Wouldn't it be great though if we could have a world, where, we didn't need women? Like they're useless anyway. So
and the men just gave birth.
Yeah.
And what else came out?
I'm not shoving a baby out my dick. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like you jerk off into a test tube and they grow it in a little container, and then you got it.
Another movie that came out is called Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, that little movie?
No, I can't tell you a thing about
what
it.
What did that end up making in the box office, by the way?
$500 million billion trillion dollars.
For real, though.
It made over $1 billion.
Did it hit over $1 billion?
Worldwide, yeah. I could tell you here in a minute.
Top Gun Maverick.
But I mean, best.
I still haven't seen it.
I'm just
still haven't watched
really.
it.
You've not watched it? Oh man, it's excellent.
It made 718 million gross.
World gross was 1.4. Well, pretty much 1.5 billion.
Would you call it a masterclass, Matt?
What, Maverick?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what was being called a masterclass, but it was
popcorn yeah, exactly. It was great entertainment.
It was well done. I likened it a little bit to Terminator 2 in the sense that it's basically the same movie, but the effects and the story and the stakes are just ratcheted up correctly in the right ways that make it like the first movie, but so much better. And then when you add into that, because Tom Cruise is a lunatic, that they did it all in real jets with real G-forces and real explosions, and I'm pretty sure he ejected out of a plane or something.
Is Kelly McGinnis in it? And do we get a
no?
She was in it. She played an aircraft carrier.
Hey-o.
It's so mean.
But
Jennifer Connelly's in it, and she looks. She is one of those women that get better with age. Yeah,
she does get. Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah,
I don't know. Adrenochrome.
Yeah, she is. Oh goodness me! Another one that came in. We are in May, aren't we? Sorry, I've got completely lost it. What's going on? May, right? The Firestarter, which was the
doesn't matter.
Man,
Move on.
So awful movie.
It's not like the first Firestarter was a classic. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, the first
Stephen
one's
King.
Kind of lame anyway.
Yeah.
It is Stephen King. Okay, so let's move on. Oh no, see, we haven't talked about Downton Abbey, A New Era.
Move on to
nothing.
The next.
June. Do you know what? I suffered through an episode of Downton Abbey the other day, and nothing happens in that program. Nothing at all. It's bloody awful. Right.
I'm going to told you that without you having to sit through it.
Well, Dash Cam came out in June.
No, yeah. See, no. Sean, tell us about Dash Cam.
Dash Cam. Best.
Moving on. What else? Go on. Tell us about it, because it was great. And if you check the channel, we actually Sean set up, I will say, a lovely interview with Annie Hardy, the star of Dash Cam, which you can see on this channel.
She's adorable. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
she is. So go on, tell us about that, because it was actually made last year, but it was released this year, wasn't it?
You go ahead and tell about it, because I've said so much about it now. I feel like I don't know what else to say about it myself. So why don't you
put me on the spot?
I'm sorry.
There's this woman, and she's got a dash cam, and no, basically Annie Hardy is she's the world's.
She's an anti-vaxxing racist that gets attacked by demons. The end.
She's not racist.
I thought that's why you liked her.
I never got racist from her.
No, there's nothing in that racist. Her best friend in the movie's a Packy.
I'm kidding. She's adorable. It's just
she basically comes to England and picks up somebody in her car, and it turns out that they're a hideous demon bent on killing everybody. It was great. Basically, it was stupidly good fun.
I will agree. She was the best part of the movie. It was, to me, just another found footage.
It was apparently a camera laying in the grass for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, that's all it was. Even though the movie itself is only like 59 minutes long.
I know. That's what's such an odd choice.
A very weird artistic choice, wasn't it?
That's really.
That took balls. You gotta admit.
That's about it.
You gotta admit, it took balls to go that hard with it.
They committed. I'll give them that. They committed.
We had the new Cronenberg movie come out, Crimes of the Future, which I didn't get at all. Yeah. Didn't break that. And then we also had.
I think Cronenberg is hit or miss for me.
Yeah, very much. There is some stuff that he does which is brilliant, and then other stuff which is just miss completely. But then Jurassic World
depraved.
Yeah, and you say it like it's a bad thing, Matt. It also came out in June was Jurassic World Dominion.
God, it was so dog shit.
It was absolutely.
Do you know what? The saddest thing about that is I actually didn't think it was that bad, because I was expecting it to be so shit, and when I watched it, I was like kind of relieved.
Yeah,
I was like, this is terrible, but it's not that bad.
I think even
guys, stomachs in.
What is
it? Shit.
A woman moment.
I
actually got to a point where I was thinking, what the hell? What's it do?
He's gone to knock one out quickly.
Yeah. No, I need a drink. I'm like out of drink. I'll be right.
Good riddance. Jesus, now we can talk about him.
I was actually getting to a point in the Jurassic World Dominion movie where I was thinking of that moment in the original Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum's like, now we're gonna have dinosaurs in our dinosaur movie. Yes.
Yeah.
Like fucking locusts. What the hell is going on?
I know.
Did that end the
Yeah.
series? Did it wrap up with a real ending? Or
Oh God, I
I
hope
can't
so.
remember. I can't even remember.
not a good sign.
No.
Not a good sign.
I mean, they rebooted it. I you know what's kind of funny is that the Jurassic World movies followed the exact same trajectory as the Star Wars sequels. They had a reboot that was reasonably well received. It could have been better, but it wasn't bad. It had some interesting ideas. Then they completely shit the bed with Fallen Kingdom, and I mean really shit the bed. And then then tried to pick up the pieces with the third one, with what they had left, and it just was a complete mystifying mess. And that's exactly what happened with the sequels.
The last one, all I remember is the locust. I couldn't tell you a thing about
You had
the rest of the
locusts, you
story.
had people in different places doing different things. They all kind of come together at the end. Think about it. It's the rise of Skywalker in its own way. It's a complete mess. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. They're just trying to pick up the pieces of that insanity that was Fallen Kingdom.
Okay, let's move on. So the other ones that came out was, this was fantastic. I love this. Lightyear. Disney's best. Disney's
Yeah,
best.
fuck it off.
This was the film that in no way, shape or form Andy saw in 1994.
It's a film that was practically impossible to fuck up, and they did fuck it up.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I'm just getting more depressed as we're naming all these movies this year. I really am.
No, hang on. There was some good stuff because, like, for
Good
example,
ones out then.
right, Beavis and Butthead do the universe. That was quite fun. I mean, it was basically Beavis and Butthead do America. But Mad God by Phil Tippett came out, which I really rated, which is really great film. Marcel the Show,
Masterclass level.
absolutely. Marcel the Show with Shoes On was not as good as I was hoping, but it was enjoyable. Black Phone.
You was looking forward to that, weren't you?
Yeah, I really was, and it wasn't. But Black Phone was quite decent.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of gay to me, Phil. I don't know.
What, a Black Phone?
Black Phone.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you'd like it.
Oh, really? I was just
It's got a serial killer in it, kidnapping kids.
I was saying that just to aggravate him, but yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Black
You got to
Phone's
say
really
more
good.
than that to aggravate me.
Oh,
Excuse me. And then Elvis came out as well, which I started watching and I didn't finish.
my mom rates that. My mom rates that
Great
one a
film.
5 out of 5. Yeah, she loved it.
I
She
thought
went
it
to
was
the
really, really good.
she went to the theater and watched it, as a matter of fact, and that's a very
Yeah.
rare thing.
I saw it in the theater. I was not. It's just a big, weird fairy tale version of his life. And while the guy that plays him does a fantastic job, the story itself is just. It doesn't really. it's
Andy
nothing
makes a
there.
good point
I don't
there.
get it.
Anything with black, he hates. So yeah, that's why obviously Sean has a Black Phone because he's got black in the title.
I tell you one that really was a major disappointment to me was the Marilyn Monroe biopic with
Couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
oh my
Not
God.
good. I couldn't finish it either.
painful. Yeah, so just
It's so pretentious. The whole thing.
Is there a word for pretentious that means like pretentious times 100?
Really
Drunken
pretentious.
Yoda.
Really,
Cunty.
really pretentious.
Oh man, yeah. So, but then also we're still in May, aren't we? So we're talking about. Are we in May or did we
No,
move
we're
to
in
June?
June.
Sorry,
We're
right, coming
now
back
we're
then.
done with- yeah.
Oh, please don't take us back.
There's too many lists. All right, my brain is not big enough. What did come out was Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, which was just
Shit.
garbage.
Your parody video was better than any episode of it, I'm sure.
Did I do a parody video?
the
Yes,
cut-
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That did do well, didn't it? That's
The
one of
cut
our
down,
highest rated videos, as I remember.
It was. I liked the cut down video that the guy, the fan edit. I liked it better than what we got anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. The
What about that
source material is terrible.
That Boba Fett, was that this year?
That was last year.
God
But what
damn.
did come out this year were also, which is starting to drag on a little bit now, but Stranger Things, it was still good, but it's
Solid. solid.
I thought this season was the best that they've had since season 1. To be honest with you,
I remember having to binge watch it just for this show, and because I binge watched it, I didn't really enjoy it, and I wish I'd spaced it out a bit, and I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Because I mean, that last episode was like 140 minutes.
yeah, they could have trimmed it up. They could have tightened it up. But as far as having good storylines and wrapping things together and tying, all the way back to the first season, I don't know, it's satisfying. I liked it.
Okay,
I don't really have anything bad to say about any season of Stranger Things, really.
I don't hate the other seasons. I just thought this was
no. I know. I know that's not what you mean. I'm just saying, like, I feel that they're all pretty equal. Like I look forward to it when they're coming out. I have not ever been like, I have not finished any season and been like, well, that was I'm happy. Yeah. I like it. I only
like the first season. Hold on, before you go, you forgot to mention the Orville was out as well in June. That was back.
Again, which was great. I'm sorry, the Orville is brilliant. It's a brilliant series. Absolutely.
And I tell you one I think you'd like as well, Yoda, is For All Mankind.
For All Mankind?
For All Mankind. It's like
For All Mankind.
Huh?
No, I'm just explaining it because it sounded weird with what Yoda said. For all mankind.
Are you all right? Are you having a fucking stroke?
For All Mankind. Very,
what
very
is
good.
that? I don't know that one.
It's it's Apple, and it's if the Russians had beat the Americans to the moon.
Oh.
So it's how the space race never really ended. So each season is a decade. So we go 60s, 70s, 80s, and we've just reached the 90s.
Heidi watched apparently a different version of Stranger Things called Stranger Things.
Heidi, what do you mean by Matt visits the dentist?
I was going to say my favourite was if Stranger Things was set in Britain, it would be called Bit Odd, isn't it? Bit odd, isn't it?
Tell Heidi to get on Instagram and do Stranger Thongs. How about that?
Heidi has been thought posting on Instagram lately. You should get on there because it's worth looking at her very Aryan features.
Let's move on to July. So movies in July. One that came out which I haven't seen but I really want to see is The Princess, about the strong independent female woman who doesn't want to get married and is an excellent fighter.
That is my favorite genre. Strong, independent woman who doesn't want to get married to the guy that daddy picked for her, and she wants to go on and make her own way in the world and set it and prove to men and prove that she can do anything a man can do and sometimes possibly better, while at the same time discovering herself and finding romance in a quirky but yet understanding man.
I don't know if Sean's being sarcastic or not.
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Where did I say? Oh, yeah. Every fucking movie the last 5 years.
Dear. Again, just nothing on planet Earth is going to make me watch that. Especially since there's no nudity in it. What's the point? Minion, Rise of Gru. Never got around to watching it.
No, didn't bother.
Man, that Minion thing, boy, that got old fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think, like I say, they were quite entertaining in the first of the Gru
No, they
movies.
weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
They were.
No, they weren't.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Never seen
worst
it.
thing I've
Dog shit. Absolute dog shit.
There was just nothing about that redeemed it at all.
One more nail in the Phase 4 burying the MCU coffin, right?
That might have been the actual coup de grace, actually.
No, I think She-Hulk was the one that was the dirt on top of the coffin.
Really? Yeah.
That was the dancing on top of the grave moment.
That was.
Yeah.
Twerking on top of the grave.
That was racing on top of the grave.
Yeah.
Also in July came out Nope, which split people. I didn't rate it.
Fucking
didn't
shit.
Rate it.
I didn't bother.
Shit.
I didn't
bother to watch it after listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crap.
Same.
Now that does shit a bit because it actually starts all right. But it's just like the last half hour. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like I don't even know what it was. He's like a giant jellyfish or something.
I think he's overrated. Everybody.
If you're gonna watch a film like that, watch Close Encounters again.
Yeah.
Everybody kept going on about where the Crow Dads sing, but I've not seen it.
I've heard good things about it.
No.
I'm meaning to give it a shot, but I don't know.
The only thing this list doesn't do, Matt, is show
Go on,
the
mate.
TV shows.
Well, I'm flicking back and forth, but I can help you out with the TV shows if you want. You do the movies, I'll do the shows.
Brilliant.
Do you want
Thank
to
you.
do that?
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. So if you can look for July quick, we'll just wait until Matt catches up.
I'm already on it, son. Is that it for films then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, we've got the terminal list for TVs then. You've got a terminal list, which Sean.
Oh
probably
yeah, no,
loves.
that was good. Yeah, that was good. Terminal list was
I need to
decent.
give
That's
that
the one
one
with
a
Chris
watch.
Pratt. That was pretty decent. It was quite good. Matt, Sean, didn't you say that they had good gunplay and everything in that?
Yeah, it's all right.
Just all right.
Just all right. Yeah.
Blackbird, that was out in July. That's another Apple. I'll tell you, Apple TV are putting on some good shows at the moment.
Sean wouldn't watch that though because he's got black in the title.
Ah, okay. Bird of
Dark.
colour. It's a bird of colour.
Don't like any kind of color. Yeah. by
Colored birds? No,
colored
no,
bird, yeah.
don't say it that way.
Oh, I've got one. Oh no, actually no.
I'm just going for this. There wasn't much in TV, to be honest with you. Bob's Burgers, the movie.
Oh, Christ.
What we
Okay,
do in
no,
the
keep
shadows.
Oh no, see, I've not got into that at all.
Yeah. That movie
I'm
was
not-
the movie was great, but it should
Yeah.
that was it. Let it go after that one, you know.
Okay, no, Matt, if you can look up TV for August. So let's move on to August then. So in August we had movies wise, we had Bodies, which was I couldn't finish it. I wanted everybody in it to die because of how annoying they all were. I wanted them all to see. It was written for a modern generation, and it was awful.
Guys, Zap B said that he enjoyed She-Hulk in the comments, and I hope to God for his immortal soul that he was joking about that.
Let's just
Zap,
block
come on.
Zap here then.
That-
Matt, Zap, come on. You can't have enjoyed She-Hulk. It was awful.
He's got to be bullshit. There's no fun.
I think he must be.
He
He's got-
is.
I
He's got to
think
be.
we can't sense the sarcasm is what it is.
Yeah.
Also in August came out, which was quite a surprise, Prey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I liked it. It was
We all
not
thought
as,
it was going to be woke,
Yeah,
and it
we
wasn't.
did.
And
No,
No,
it was.
I was happy to eat humble pie with that one because I thought it was going to be terrible, and it was actually really
it was all right.
4 out of 5, easy for me.
Wow. I watched,
good. Yeah, I can't
and
argue with that.
I watched and reviewed They Them with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's time I'm not going to get back. Again, coming out in August, and Emily the Criminal with Audrey Plaza was actually quite good.
I like Audrey Plaza a lot, but I have not seen that movie.
It's
No,
worth
I've
watching. She really acts fantastically in it. I was really surprised. It's a very good movie. Very good movie. The Fall came out. That's where the two girls go up the top of that tower.
And
It
bump
was-
muffs.
Scissor.
No,
Scissor
Oh.
Joe.
Oh, it's a
Well-
different movie. I'm sorry.
I was going to say they go to the size of this. They climb up the top of this.
Bad
huge
dragon,
aerial-
bad
huge-
dragon
huge-
dildo.
No, I was going to say this huge, great aerial tower, and they say anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. Another one that came out, a bit of an independent movie, which I did quite rate, was Glorious, which is about the guy locked in the bathroom with this like supreme being.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. That was
Oh,
It
pretty
was
good.
alright. It was
Yep.
bizarre, but quite decent.
I give it a
Um,
solid. I would give that a solid 3.5 out of 5. Yep, it's a
Yeah.
fun little. Yeah,
Quirky little, it came kind of nowhere. Beast with Idris Elba and the lion.
I don't like
Right.
it because you know why.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. No, I
Film
haven't
is
seen
racist
It was-
against lions.
it. I hate cats, man.
Catphobe.
Beast was actually quite good. I mean, it had good moments, but I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was an enjoyable watch.
It
The
looked
Samaritan,
shit.
the Samaritan also came out in August as well.
Yeah,
Stallone.
bollocks as well.
Was it? I thought Yoda liked.
Yeah,
It was
I liked
all right.
It was all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic. It was, but
I didn't enjoy
I enjoyed it.
Serviceable.
The invitation came out, which I was kind of enjoying until the last bit when it just went woke right at the end, and I gave up on it. It was such a shame because I was quite enjoying it, and it was terrible.
What do you mean they went woke? How did they go woke?
Because it was the strong, independent woman killed all the bad guys and saved the day. You know, even though he was a super vicious, killing vampire, 500 years old, he still got beat by some woman. Beated.
Brilliant. Beated.
Orphan first kill, wasn't bothered.
No.
Don't care.
With that, I'm just trying to think. There's nothing else that came out.
That's
13
it.
Lives came out, which is about all the kids trapped in the cage.
Fuck that! I'm watching that.
Cave even.
They don't.
Any TV series?
TV. You got Trainwreck, the Woodstock '99 series on Netflix. Has anyone
I thought
seen
you
that?
meant the Amy Schumer movie then.
No. It's a documentary about when they tried to do Woodstock in '99 and how it just completely went tits up and just descended into like a week of absolute anarchy. It is really good and really worth checking out. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
I got to see that now.
I had to check it out.
Absolutely brilliant.
It reminds me of that one they did about when they were going to do that huge party on an island and
the
documentary. It all went to shit. And
this is good. I was trying to recapture Woodstock.
You gotta love real life train wrecks. Just descend into complete failure sometimes. I don't know.
Well, this was like they tried to recreate Woodstock of '69, but they cut corners and tried to make more money.
Of course,
and it just become people just exploiting other people.
It's funny they did it.
And the one thing we are definitely not going to have at this new Woodstock is any drugs. None at all.
No. I know they did a Woodstock in '94.
Yeah, the '94 one was a pretty big hit, if I recall.
Yeah. So this was the '99 one. But they wanted to bring back the '69 feelings, and it just went completely wrong. Hold on.
We got
the Sandman.
Oh yeah.
I got about 7 episodes into that and had to give it up. It got so boring.
It was the worst TV I think I've seen, apart from She-Hulk, obviously.
I don't know. You know, if you're just talking Netflix, you could throw Cowboy Bebop in there. I think it came out this year.
Not seeing it.
Yeah.
Not seeing it. Day Shifts popped up on my thing. I suppose it's
of course. Yeah,
you like that, didn't you?
Yeah. That was quite decent. It was good old-fashioned vampire flick.
Not seen it yet.
Obviously, She-Hulk come out in August. I think Zaps confessed that he's the only person in the world that enjoyed it.
No, I know. There's probably women out there who love it. Well, they've never seen it, but it's female empowerment, so they watch it.
I'll be right back, fellas.
Oh, the writer liked it. She cast herself in it for a minute, so she liked it.
Oh, well, there you go. House of the Dragon that come out in August. I'm surprised that came out that long ago.
Yeah, I am too. That was good. That was genuinely a good show. Went through the first season. I enjoyed every minute of it.
I will need to give it another try.
It's good. One you should watch. Stark mentioned this was called Welcome to Wrexham. It's Ryan Reynolds and the dude from Rob McElhenney. Is it from Sonny? And they buy a Welsh football club.
Oh yeah, is that decent?
It's really funny, and I think the Americans would probably more enjoy it than the English would watch or the British, because it gives you an insight in how much of an impact football has on everyday life and society here in Britain.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's more than just a sport. Check it out. Ryan Reynolds is brilliant in it. I've got to be honest. He's
one other one you didn't mention, Phil, was a Ryan Reynolds movie came out on Netflix. Some sort of time travel movie. Was that this year? Where he meets his...
Adam Project. Sorry. Yeah.
Adam Project.
I did see it, but I didn't mention it. I do apologise.
Yeah.
Again, it was serviceable.
It's serviceable at best, yeah. I mean, what didn't piss me off? That's my bar right now. It doesn't piss me off.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stab somebody on their way out of the cinema, so it was not bad.
It was all right. And I think the last one from me for TV was the Mike Tyson one on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
That was good fun. That was good. I thought the actor was brilliant. Played him really well.
Let's move on to September.
My Python. Okie doke. So yeah, what we do this September? Go on to September. So movies in September. Barbarian came out. Now I really rated Barbarian. I thought it was very, very good. I
did not see it.
I know our other Sean said it was very woke, because I mean one of the main characters he gets accused of sleeping with a girl and the whole Me Too thing, but I didn't see that as part of it, sort of just being woke. I saw it as kind of whole part of the story and everything, and it was just, to me it was, I describe it as Dante's descent into hell, the 7 layers of hell. This is what Barbarian was like. It was I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. Very, very decent.
I will throw in there. I don't know if it's on your list, but Jaws was re-released in September, and I went and saw it in the theater, which is my first time to be able to see it.
I meant to do that too, but then missed the chance on it
missed the chance. It was as good as it ever was, and even though I've seen it a million times, see it on the big screen and all that, it was fantastic.
Brilliant. Confess Fletch, which again I didn't.
I kind of liked it. I don't know. I wasn't that big a fan of Chevy Chase's Fletches. They were fine. I know a lot of people really like them. I never thought they were that great. I thought John Hamm did a fine job in the role, and I enjoyed it for what it was. People don't seem to like it, so I think I'm in the minority on that one. But I thought it was good.
Other movies, Do Revenge, which had Mayor. Bloody hell.
Doesn't matter.
It's crap. I turned it off. Pearl, which was then the prequel to X with Mia Goth, I thought was way much better than X. Pearl, I thought it was very well done.
I agree with that.
It was it was quite entertaining. See How They Run, which I did a little review on, which I quite enjoyed.
It's on my list to watch.
Smile came out, which I know we had a review of recently, but Smile was kind of mixed. It was a good idea and it was creepy in places, but it just didn't. The story wasn't great. But then, not to get Sean too angry, but we had The Woman King.
The completely realistic portrayal of history at that time.
Slavers and rapists. This has been, if you read the website, it was voted the worst film of the year by the readers of the Last Movie Outpost.
Because it was bunch of racist bigots. I can't.
I said there must be some kind of mistake. This can't be real.
I said our readership is based.
Yeah, based. That's the word I would use, but you know.
And then, funny enough, at number 2 was Bros, which I actually quite liked.
We know you did, you fag.
My wife was begging me to get that one for her. She's like, it's going to be funny. It's going to be a comedy. I was like, no, it's not. You're not going to like it. She said she got about 10 minutes into it and shut it off. My wife does not shut off movies. So that's fair, how bad Bros was.
I did try it because I wanted to just try it, and I was just saying,
you wanted
a gay sex or the movie.
So what you're saying? So what you're saying is you're bi-curious.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you even look at that?
I don't know.
Sit there and go, I'll tell you, I'll give it a try.
Oh, I'm curious.
Excuse me. When it comes to sexual stuff, I'm not bi. I'm trisexual. As in, if it's sexual, I try it. No,
monkeypox alert. Monkeypox alert.
I thought I'd give it a go just to see what it was like. And I gave it again about 10, 15 minutes. And all it was just preaching at me of what a horrible individual I am as a straight white male. And I was like, I'm not bothered with this.
You know what? From now on.
Did you read the synopsis for the film before you tried it?
I thought it was a story about the band Bros. You know, Matt and Luke Gosh, you know.
I can't believe you fucking put that. I can't believe you sat there with Bros on.
Phil, from now on, before you watch anything, you run it by us first, okay?
Hey, guys, I'm thinking about going to see Indiana Jones 5. No? Okay.
Save me from myself.
What about Don't Worry, Darling? Because again, it was a remake of the Stepford Wives, but
It was a missed
preaching.
opportunity.
I think Leanne rated it pretty good to me. She said she thought it was okay. But, woman opinion, what's that worth?
I'm just waiting for them to actually make those Stepford Wives and stop with the movie
I know.
stuff.
Tell me
Let's
about
get
it.
some down around the
I know.
shelves.
Well, the Japanese are working on it, man. Give them a little bit of time.
Good time.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Japanese.
I almost did a review for the original Stepford Wives on the website back in October, and I rewatched it because it's been a long time since I've seen the original one, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is woke dog shit!" Long before woke dog shit was a thing.
Yeah.
It's so feminist bullshit.
Is that the one with Margot Kidder? Is that right?
It's the one with Catherine Ross.
Catherine Ross. That's who I'm thinking of. Never mind.
Anybody watch Hocus Pocus 2?
Get the fuck
No.
out of here! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, moving on.
No. You're missing one very important one in September. Clerks 3.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's not on this list.
Well,
It's on my list.
It's on our list. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I have no interest in watching it.
Don't give a shit. It's a good movie.
I don't give a shit. I've no interest in watching it.
I understand, but
But
if
it's
you're
a masterclass.
It is a yeah. I don't know if I would say that, but it ties it up very nicely. It's well done. It's the best thing he's done in years. That's for sure.
That's not saying,
Saying
a lot,
much.
right?
Yeah, that's not saying-
Well,
saying a lot.
I mean,
It does a good job. It's emotional. It if you follow the characters and you love the first two movies, it pulls it all together really nicely. I felt things, and I don't
felt
know.
things
So
I
you
haven't
feel when
felt
he was
in a long
close.
time.
That's right. I felt actual emotions.
Confused.
I don't know if this is from Kevin Smith practicing on crying over new corporate product every 5 minutes or what, but he did okay.
it was fine. It was very more than serviceable. I liked it. I agree with Yoda on it. Everything he had to say, I agree with.
As it
Okey-doke.
should be.
Can we move on?
TV,
Oh, go on. Yeah,
TV.
TV. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
Oh,
Lordy,
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
Them rings.
The best thing about that was Lenny Henry. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And what got me about it was, and in all seriousness, I was really surprised that there was no woke or anything in there at all.
Shit.
Yeah.
Could do that.
He
with a
means,
straight face.
he means during the first 30 seconds of the opening credits.
Yeah, that's right. The Amazon logo, nothing
You know,
woke.
you know
Nothing
that
woke
part,
there.
That moment between the title and then the black screen before things start.
Yeah.
Gold. Mwah.
Lord of
Well, it
the
was a
Rings.
black screen.
Yeah, black screen. Well, of course
It's
it was.
kind of woke. No, you want to talk about pissing off a fan base. That's
finish
the
it.
most interesting thing about the whole Rings of Power, not the actual show. 'cause
Yoda.
it's not
Yoda,
only-
Yoda. It's rings of power.
I know.
Rings of power.
Yes, let me get through this for once, will you, please? Christ. It's just Tolkien has such a dedicated fan base, and there's a very specific. His creation is so specific to creating a fable and a history for Britain, really, for the England, and what they've done to it is an incredible
literally
combination of incompetence, wokery, and vandalism that I have not seen since Star Wars.
It was malicious. It's true.
It was malicious.
Yes. Yeah.
As malicious as She-Hulk was, and they admitted it for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just really surprising to me how. Well, I guess it's not surprising the reaction, but I just that's a lot of money to be just throwing away just to piss off a few people you don't even know.
It just got. I think the viewership. They said that the viewership started at whatever it was, and it just went down and down and down, and not many people finished the series.
No.
Even the diehard fans and stuff, understandably so, because it was just bloody awful. Absolutely, it was terrible.
Could you imagine being such an innocent soul even in this day, that you tuned into that thinking that you're such a fan and you tuned into that thinking good things might come from it. Could you imagine being that?
I'm sure there's a lot of people that, just aren't as tied into all the politics and everything. I know there are. They just assume that it would be good, and just to get smacked in the face with that piece of shit. I mean,
Have any of you ever met a person that has went into that Rings of Power and was like, oh man, I really had high hopes. And show me a person on this fucking planet that really legit was in, and I don't mean the shield on Twitter, but I mean like somebody
I think there was plenty of people who loved the movies, never really read the books, the normies, if you want to call them that. The people that came out of Avatar going, that was good. And, but even if you get away from all the wokeness and everything, it was just boring as hell. It was just tough. It was a chore to watch. And I was listening to some of the Drinkers extras when he gets on with Mahler and a couple of the other guys. And they're talking about the economics of where we are now with entertainment. Because, why is, or maybe it wasn't him, I don't know, it might have been somebody else. But you got a company that started out as a bookstore that now sells all kinds of cheap shit to everybody on the planet. They've put these warehouses and their trucks are running everywhere. And for some reason, they're creating content. But it's not their primary revenue generator, so they can afford to blow money on this content, and if it makes money, it keeps the subscriptions in, which the subscriptions for Prime isn't for the video, it's for the free shipping, and you get the video with it, right? So
pretty much,
they don't care about advertising revenue and all the other stuff that would normally make certain that in its own way was a quality control for a lot of shows back in the day. And so they can create this shit with a bunch of political nonsense
ESG
and foist
funds.
it on us. And what do we do about it? We can not watch, but I mean, I still got my Prime membership because I buy stuff on Prime. And
you don't have to get it from Prime.
Allegedly.
I don't know how. I heard.
Yeah.
I heard Matt talking about it.
No, but you're just saying that you have Prime because you use it for shopping, so you don't have to source other streaming revenue.
I don't watch it, and I mean the other streaming, at least like Netflix, that's what it does. It does streaming, so they have to try to put out better stuff. It's
how
not always worked, but they do have some stuff.
And it makes you wonder, how does the same company that make Reacher make fucking Rings of Power? You know?
Jack Ryan's really, really good, and it's. Then you look at Rings of Power and a couple other things that they have on there, and you're like,
Rings of Power. I got the Rings of Power.
The last thing in September was Dharma on Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
That was good.
Again, it was a bit too drawn out. I did finish it, but it to me it was too long.
What was it again?
This motherfucker he watched Bros, but he didn't want to watch.
Not all of it. I watched like 10 minutes of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Sean, genuine question: watching Dharma, did you get a hard on at the gayness or the murders?
The murders, obviously.
And another couple of movies.
The gayness was just the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gayness is what actually caused ejaculation. The murders was aroused.
Another couple we missed out. Rob Zombie's The Monsters.
I wouldn't call it missing.
Awful. And then also the Disney version of Pinocchio. We haven't mentioned either.
Yeah.
We sure haven't. We sure have
those.
Moving on.
Matt, TV shows.
What month were we in? October?
September.
No, that's it. I'm done for September.
Right, okay. Let's move on to October then. So October, we had, annoyingly, Mr. Hannigan's Phone, which was a brilliant movie for the 90% and completely dropped the ball at the end. Absolutely crap ending.
Cabinet of Curiosities from Guillermo del Toro.
Sean, get it right. It's Guillermo del Toro.
Mexican fat bearded dude. How's that?
No, Cabinet of Curiosities was fantastic. Great TV.
It was hit or miss. Overall, though, it's serviceable. First episode was great. Couple of episodes are really good.
We had the new version of Hellraiser came out.
Don't give. Oh, what a disappointment that was.
Again, wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
With what they could have done. I quite liked Werewolf by Night. I thought that was quite good.
Yoda, I think, had
Disney in it.
Didn't he have?
I haven't watched it yet. I've heard good things, but I haven't watched it yet.
It was all right. It was quite decent.
I know it's like I've heard really good things. Everybody seems to like it, but it's MCU.
To me, it was a complete break from the MCU, though, and just something which was quite enjoyable.
I'm kind of tired of signal boosting anything from the DC or Marvel anymore.
Yeah,
you know? Like even talking about it, I feel like I feel degraded that we're even giving it time. I know we got to.
It's pretty annoying selling out and not getting any money for it.
I know it, exactly.
Amsterdam came out with Christian Bale and Margot Robbie. I started watching it, haven't finished it, and I don't think I will.
Right.
Just not any.
It doesn't look particularly interesting.
However, what about Halloween Ends?
Didn't even see it.
Promise.
That's unbelievable how they could drop the ball. So it was the fact that Michael he found somebody he could train up to be the next Michael Myers. It was awful.
I'll give. I know I said during it, and I've heard this said in other places as well. It seemed like they were trying to do something different. It seemed like they were trying to do something that maybe could have been interesting, and then they chickened out. They basically chickened out the. Oh wait, no, it's a Michael Myers movie. Have her kill him, then put him in the wood chipper. Done. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Absolutely garbage. What else is here? Black Adam. Now, Matt, you love Black Adam, didn't you?
Fucking biggest load of shit I've seen. Apart from
Boy, people really hate it. I'm really surprised how much people.
I turned it off. Look, put it this way: I sat through the whole of Thor: Love and whatever the fuck it was called. Black Adam. I turned it off after about 45 minutes an hour. I just
okay.
Is it
better?
Did it go above your head, Matt?
Phil, tell me the truth. Would you say that Black Adam was better than Love and Thunder? Because I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yeah as well. If I had a choice between watching the two of them again, I'd prefer to watch Black Adam again than I would Love and Thunder.
Because they didn't just completely shit on the character.
No. It was a perfectly serviceable piece of entertainment, is what I can say about it.
I'm not saying Thor: Love and Thunder was good. That was a car crash I couldn't take my eyes off of. But Black Adam, again, I think it might be because I'm DC. So when Marvel do shit films, I relish in watching how bad they are because I can just laugh and mock them. But when it happens to DC, like Black Adam, I was just like, it's just too much. It's too much.
It angered me more than. I mean, Black Adam was doing what it was doing. It wasn't great. I mean, I don't want to sit here and sound like it's such a good movie. It wasn't that great or anything. It just, like I said, it's one of those didn't actively piss me off movies where Thor did.
Yeah,
that's our bar now.
That's my bar now. Everyone.
It didn't actively
piss me off. That's it. That's my only level now. Am I angry when I come out of it?
God,
one which was
I'm going to off myself live on air because thinking about these movies this year. I'm just going to freaking do it, man. Where's my gun?
So this week we're going to be talking about Avatar 2. Boom. Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and Julia Roberts was pleasantly all right.
Yeah, move on, please.
I watched it. I'm telling you, it ain't bad.
It was all right.
I would never watch it again. But I didn't. Again, it did not actively piss me off. I actually smiled once in a while. I had a funny joke here and there. Good enough.
You want to hear an odd? You want to hear an oddball movie that I like? It's not from this year, but one that I enjoy watching. It's 6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford and Anne Heche. That's a fun little stupid romantic comedy movie.
That's what Ticket to Paradise was for me. Same kind of basic deal.
Yeah. I'll tell you what was quite good, and I don't care what you lot say and everything else. The Good Nurse with Eddie Redmayne and Jessica Chastain, based on the true story.
Yeah, we know why you like that hatchet face bitch. Yeah,
Actually, to be fair, she was pretty rough in it.
she's
but
pretty
it's-
rough looking all the time, bro.
I'll shut your face. With it though, it was based on the true story of about basically a nurse who killed up to about 400 people, and it was actually quite well done. It was quite good.
Fauci's listening to this and going, "That's fuck all."
Amateur. She's an amateur.
Yeah, that's breakfast for me.
I killed half a state.
That's a
Now-
great imitation, by the way. You nailed his accent.
With it coming out in October, but I've only just seen because it's only just come out on streaming. Is the Banshees of Inisherin?
I started to watch. I tried watching that last night. Dull as dog shit.
It's great.
And
I'm still thinking about it now. How good it was.
Really?
Was
Ugh.
it Bros or the Banshee? You're talking about Bros.
No, if I want to do Bros, I'll just put it on and watch it. Oh, I see what you mean. No, to me, the just the whole theme of like two mates and then they just sort of like fall out of friendship and stuff is just it was really good.
I couldn't understand a quarter of
I
what
did
they
think
said.
that was going to be an issue for you, as when they were talking to Irish and I didn't understand the bloody what they're saying. I did think that might have been an issue for you, Sean.
It was an issue because I was like, "What is this stupid gibberish, pig Latin, filthy, disgusting, degenerate talk?"
That's how they talk in Ireland. How dare you? I can have you killed.
Stop
my
it!
Favorite.
You're making me angry. Stop talking like that.
No, this is my
TV.
favourite Irish accent. How dare you? How dare you take the piss out of my accent? I'll come over there and give you a bunch of fleas.
You sound about like you normally do. What's that supposed to be different?
Okay, let's move on to November then.
Oh,
So
hold on,
in
TV. I've got two.
Oh, TV. Go on, TV.
Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire. Gay rubbish. Don't bother watching it. And The White Lotus, which I'm watching with the missus, which is actually really good.
How is it? I've heard
If you're-
very good things about it.
Matt, it's hard for me to reconcile really good wife thinks it's good. Those two things are so incompatible to me that you have to explain it to me like I'm 5 years old how something that a woman likes can be good.
Let me just establish something here, Matt.
Go on.
You're single, right, Sean?
No.
Yes.
You're not
No.
married.
Last night's date went well then.
Just saying.
I'm divorced, as you well know.
Just establishing some bona fides here. Go
Carry
ahead.
on,
We
Matt.
should.
How
we
you
should
can
be
do it
weird.
is you can have
Sorry.
romantic parts that often lead to people getting their leg over. So you get some sex scenes and some tits.
Naughty parts, you mean? Romantic
And
parts.
then you get violence
Special
intermingled
parts.
with
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Well, that sounds pretty good. Okay, I can understand that.
Sorry, we've been ignoring the chat here. Yeah, I find that feel very innocent. You guys are bullying him. Yes, and I agree. Right, okay.
I'm glad that somebody finally picked up on that.
It's taken me ages to figure it out. Right, okay. So we're
Phil, you got the charm of a Ted Kaczynski, don't you?
You meant Ted Bundy.
okie doke. So let's move on to November.
Whatever
In
serial
November,
killer you'd like to pick.
Alone and Enola Holmes 2. Now the first one I thought was all quite good fun, but the second one went unbelievably woke because it turned Moriarty into a black female woman.
no,
Gross.
did it?
Yeah.
No.
You're
In the
ki-
end,
of course.
so-
Ah.
I know it was horrible. One here at random that we didn't mention at all, or it didn't come up. But I saw The Estate, which was Tony Collette and other people. I can't remember who they were now. Amy somebody. I can't remember. But basically, there was a bunch of people turning up to an miserable old cow's house to try and win over her money and everything. That was quite funny. If you get a chance to watch it, it was quite good because they were all really, really backstabbing to each other. It was quite amusing. Black Panther. This was such a loving tribute.
easily
was such
the
a
best,
loving tribute. Yeah.
best movie of the year, boys. Let me tell you, there's nothing that I find more moving than the strong black females in this and how they overcome all of these disadvantages to show the world that they indeed could run. I can't give you straight face. I'm sorry.
I love as well to see the lovely diversity that they have in the nation of Wakanda. There's lots of white representation.
It was,
I'll honestly, I mean, they were put in a bad position when Boseman died. I get all that.
he took a lot of nerve to do that.
Yeah, that bastard.
Yeah, I think that because I think to myself, hang on a minute, he must have known he was dying, and it's like, can we sign you up, for the MCU?
Yeah, go ahead and pay me.
Yeah.
However many,
the greatest troll ever, Chadwick. Don't ever change.
20 film exclusive contract. Sure, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Then he realized he was in the MCU. He found there was some uranium on his balls. Going, just make it happen.
Yeah. That's what really killed him. Was he realized one day, it's like, oh fuck, he died. He died of shame.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, fine. He passes away. They got to figure out how to do something. But I mean, making Shuri Black Panther, did they have to get somebody that could hide behind a microphone stand? Could they get some, like a Gina Carano or somebody that type of build that would have been?
Yeah, that would have been the internet's favorite monster.
Well, I don't mean her specifically.
No. Why didn't they just recast
Boseman? They should have.
Why didn't they just recast? Why didn't they just? I mean, I think Ryan Gosling would have made a great Black Panther.
Weekend at Boseman's.
Some arms flailing around. He's fighting people.
It's
let's pitch this to Hollywood.
Hey, Heidi had a good idea. Recast Black Panther with Kanye West.
Now we're talking.
That would have been
king. The enemy is coming, my king. The Jews? No. What? No, who said that?
How big were their noses? How big were their noses? Well, not really very big. I don't know.
How did he become king?
So we put Black Panther to bed. A Christmas Story Christmas. They're both
pour out a 40 for Boseman, boys.
Yeah. A Christmas Story Christmas.
Four out of Colt 45.
Sean and Yoda love this, but me and Matt just not bothered.
That's definitely a American
culture
versus crap country thing, I think.
Yeah, very lowbrow thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I if you love the Christmas Story, it does a very good job of continuing the story with an adult set of kids. Has the same actors in it. They all go back into their roles like really, really well, given the amount of time that's passed and where they would probably be. And it was fun, and it wasn't woke, and it was nice, and it was wholesome and sweet and sincere. And that was what I liked about it.
Very earnest. No,
so what you're saying is gay.
No, it wasn't bros.
Yeah. No. Didn't start out with oral sex scene. No, it did not.
A couple of newer stuff that's come out, which I've seen 1.5 of them, but I did watch the other day. She Said, which was the story about Harvey Weinstein and the expose and everything else, which was actually quite decent. It was quite well done.
Now I regret that Cecil couldn't come on with us today.
I don't know. I just found it interesting. I mean, how true it all was, I don't know, but it was quite interesting. I did start watching Bones and All, which...
That's supposed to be excellent.
Well, as a concept, it is excellent, but as a story, I turned it off. It was boring as hell. The director is just a pretentious tosspot of a man. He's the same guy who did the remake of Suspiria, which, again, I couldn't finish because it was...
Don't remind me that exists.
It was just... And no, this Bones and All was just... It was great because it starts off with some girls are having a sleepover, and one of the girls.
Wait a minute. I'm.
No, wait. You love this, Sean. You'll love this, Sean, right? They're having a sleepover, and one of the girls starts sucking on one of the other girl's fingers, and you're thinking, and then she bites it and starts drinking the blood. And I was going, and the actual kind of concept of the story is not maybe about vampirism, but more cannibalism. But just at the same time, it was just so boring. And I was thinking, how do you mess this up? This is so interesting. Oh, and it's pretentious crap. And just
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Oh, from pretentious tits.
I've heard that the book is excellent.
Talking of fingers, Zap's cut his finger off.
Who did?
Zap says this stream may lead me to cut off a finger.
Well, okay.
Well, stream it and send us a photo, mate.
That'd be God punishing me for saying She-Hulk was good.
Yeah, that's right. Even in joking, that's not funny.
So, new rule: we're like the Yakuza. If you do something really dumb, you have to cut off a finger and atonement. So.
And Brainbug, the Dario, Sydney Sweeney. Enough Sweeney.
And again, one of those films that we haven't talked about for November is Strange World, which I'm really looking forward to. I want to see a new gay Disney character with a disabled dog.
Oh God, that I forgot which one.
You probably do actually after watching Bros.
I didn't watch all of it. I only watched some of it.
Only 90 minutes. He only watched 94 minutes.
Yeah.
It got to the end credits, and then I turned it off.
He only watched the first 10 minutes. That's about all you need for a good fap. I mean, leave him alone.
He's going to finish it up in about 10-minute increments going forward.
I didn't do it 7 times.
He's got to have a cigarette, take a nap, give the guy a break,
Matt, is there any TV for November?
There's lots of telly. We'll start with the
what we haven't mentioned? I was going to say Winner, but we haven't mentioned Andor as well. Boring shite.
Yeah, we missed that in September. No, to be honest with you, I saved Sean. I didn't want to let him sit through that again. So
Thank God. I really appreciate it. That was my Christmas. That was truly my Christmas present right there.
There you go, my friend. So Willow, obviously, I don't think anyone's watching that.
Nope.
Garbage.
Right,
I was much more entertained listening to the drinker go on and on about it and let me know just how bad it really was. And it
strong
was far
female
worse.
character. Strong female character and ginger piece of wood.
I mean, I like the original Willow. It's nothing
It
earth-shattering. It's fine. It is what it is. And I'd be up for a decent continuation of the story, but it sounds like this ain't it. This is the most
what's great
garbage.
about it is, I was going to say what's great about it is set in California, so all the kids talk like this, as they living in medieval times with magic and stuff.
It's real. It sounds just as awful as you might have imagined.
Okie doke. And
so got Wednesday. Has anyone seen Wednesday?
I have.
No.
Any good?
Yep. I did watch it. Yeah, I liked it. I know Chatmo, he didn't like the ending. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was fine. Kind of was in line with all the macabre and weird that you would expect from the Addams Family, but I had fun with it. I thought she did a great job, and it kept me going. I liked it.
Okay,
best show, not best show of the year or anything, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I just didn't
two shows that are just fucking exceptional. Is Yellowstone is obviously back, season 5, and Tulsa King, which just gets better and better.
It's great
with every episode. It's brilliant, isn't it? I watched 3 episodes the other night.
Tulsa King is I am rating this as Stallone's 3rd best character. Like, he's obviously got Rocky and Rambo, and those are always be his top 2, and then we could argue about other movies that he's done.
What about the shark in the Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's a toughie. You're challenging me here. But
I will put that on the list.
Yeah, but I think he's fantastic in this. I mean, he really he leans. I wouldn't say he leans into his age, but he plays where a guy would be at that age properly, with the wisdom of the world and desire to get back at people and things like that. I don't know. It's really well done, and this guy Taylor Sheridan, everything he seems to do is really, really good.
He has not
it's
made a
amazing.
wrong move. Yeah, he's not made a bad product yet.
No,
I want to
not
start.
yet.
I looked into his stuff. I guess he does one with Jeremy Renner that's also on
Oh,
Paramount
yeah,
Plus. I
with
haven't
a-
watched yet. What's it
with
called?
something. What's it called, Sean?
The mayor of Kingston or something like that.
Mayor
Right?
Something like that.
Kingstown. That's
Yeah, Mayor
brilliant as
Kingston.
well.
I am. It's not rated very good, but after seeing all this Taylor Sheridan stuff, I'm like going, nah, I'm going to give it a shot because everything he's doing seems to be really, really well thought out.
Yoda's pretty faultless, to be honest with you. It's just as good. And lastly, TV one, which is one, Sean, you really need to get on board with, is the Gangs of London.
Yeah, I intend to. I just
Which one is that? Where's that on?
Gangs of London.
Where? Where?
Sky.
Well, wait there, I'll
over
send you
here.
a link.
Got
England.
it. I'll find it.
England is where London is, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, bloody Christopher.
Um,
Well,
it is-
actually, it's called New Kazakhstan now. I don't know if you know.
Gangs of London is absolutely fantastic. That the first series ended on such a good cliffhanger. I felt the beginning of the second series was slow at first, but it really started picking up. Oh, Gangs of London is brilliant. It's absolutely brutal.
All right,
really
all right.
brutal.
No, yeah, why don't you just marry it then if you love it so much?
Is
well.
is this the same, like, from the... They did a Gangs of London movie way back when, I think, with Leo DiCaprio. Does this have anything to do with that? Or is it
No,
completely
that's Gangs of New York.
different? Okay.
And that was set
that
in
a
like
joke?
1900.
Was that a joke, or was you being serious when you said that? I really need to know.
I'm just having a senior moment. I thought it was both Gangs of London. They both
my
start with
God.
gangs of,
Holy
I don't mess with
shit.
the stuff afterwards. It's gangs
Oh.
of some city.
Gangs of London, that's near New York, isn't it?
Sure.
I thought it was called Gangs of London too. I
No,
don't know.
Gangs of London has got a guy in it called Jack O'Connell, who was he was the bad guy in the most upsetting film I've ever seen, the Eden Lake. And
East
he's
of
just
Eden.
East of Eden, yeah. Senior moment. Sorry,
What?
a Yoda moment.
The one with Rosie O'Donnell and bondage gear. Yeah, that one.
Oh man, Dan Aykroyd.
I think that's Exit to Eden or something. I don't know.
Yes. Oh,
Right. But yeah, no. So he was in Eden Lake, and he is really good in this. He is such a great bad guy. Oh,
is
he's
he?
just
Is he? So he must be gay if you like it that much.
his brother is.
Phil only watched it because he thought it was called Gays of London.
The gays of London.
There's nothing in this.
Oi,
Sorry.
oi, mate.
So-
Oi, mate.
sorry, buddy.
Oi,
Hey.
mate. You fancy a bit of butt loving?
You got the wrong one. You should have gotten Gays of New York.
Fun enough that episode 6 in the second season has got that girl Lale, she's called, and man, she kicks ass. She is.
I'm only
is she
2
a strong-
episodes in, don't spoil it.
Is she a
Oh,
strong
I'm not.
independent? Is she a strong independent woman?
Whammon.
No. She's just basically she's been brought up in Turkey, and so she's been brought up in war, and she just knows how to handle herself. It's a strong woman done right.
So if she was brought up in Turkey, she must be well versed in being Swedish hugged.
Oh yeah, very much so. But no, it is a brilliant series, and like I say, I've just finished the second series now, and I think it's sort of starting to slowly come to a conclusion now. They don't need to keep carrying it on, but it's very good.
I don't mean to be rude here, but we're 15 minutes over and we're still not in December yet. So
Come on then, let's get into December then. Final bit then.
December.
First of all, Sean, you always mean to be rude. You're not fooling anybody.
well, I didn't want to. No, that's not true.
When you say I don't mean to be rude, it basically means brace yourselves.
I
That's
don't always mean
That's
to be
true.
rude. It's just my default.
Yeah.
Okay, so movies we've got. Troll came out. I quite like Troll. I thought it was interesting. It was Jurassic Park with trolls. It was quite decent. What else is there? Christmas Bloody
Father
Christmas.
Stew reboot.
Oh
reborn.
shit. Oh shit! I tell you, a movie that came out we forgot to talk about this year was Gray Man on Netflix with
Oh yeah, it did
Gosling
come up on
and
this
Evans.
list.
Yeah, a great movie, a great action, simple action movie.
Yeah.
Bullet Train came out this year. What did you guys rate? I just watched it.
I
Stupid
like
as
Bullet
shit.
Train. I like Bullet
enjoyed
Train, but
that.
I thought
liked it.
I liked it until it went completely bonkers at the end.
Yeah, it was stupid at the end. Yeah.
Glass Onion is coming out, which I'm not going to watch because I hate Ryan Johnson. And The Whale, which I still want to see because I think Brendan Fraser's going to give a good performance.
And it's gay.
Oh, shut up. And that's pretty much it. Okay,
Wait a
the
minute,
end.
Phil.
Goodbye. Thank you, everyone.
We already established how you love the gay films, so I don't know what the problem is here.
It's not a gay film as such. It's just about a bloke who's fat. I just want to see it to laugh at the fat people. Fat people are funny.
He likes bears.
He's not.
He's
not airy.
He is a bear.
airy.
Explains
bear.
the beard.
Yep, he's a bear.
We've already talked about your wife with her Wookiee-like tendencies, so
That's completely different. That's just not her shaving. I'm just looking at. It says unconfirmed release dates for movies next year. So let's just quickly talk about this. Apparently, American History Y is coming out.
Oh, what?
It's just got a picture of Dudgeman Houston, whatever he's called. That bold black guy. I can't.
Is it a sequel to American History X?
Just says American History Y. And
Yeah,
Anaconda reboot.
no. American
boy.
History X, American History Y is the millennial racists, where American History X is Gen X racists. So, yeah,
Apparently, they're going to be doing Band-Aid.
Oh, very clever. I'm sorry I didn't catch that faster.
not clever enough.
That was pretty good. That's very fun. That's good.
They're apparently also doing a Battle of the Planets. I
Oh,
remember
right.
that as a kid.
God,
They've
Yeah.
been talking about that for years, though.
Yeah, they've been talking about
Yeah.
Gacha Man and all that. Unless it's actually made in Japan, I'd say please don't do this.
Yeah. I want to see that Guy Ritchie movie that was supposed to be released this year. That was it, Fortune with the just Statham and Hugh Grant in it and all that. It's supposed to be released this year. I found out why it wasn't. I found out why it was supposed to be released in March, but they pulled it because the bad guys in it were Ukrainian.
Yeah, so I do remember reading that.
And that does not support the current thing at all, boys. So we can't have that.
No.
Is there any way we can just twist our accents to make them sound a bit more Russian?
Yeah.
Apparently they're doing Encino Man 2.
Oh boy, I can't. Just what we've been waiting for, Marge.
Well, what I'm really hoping is that Brendan Fraser just walks right off the set of The Whale, doesn't even take off the makeup, goes right to Encino Man 2.
Is Pauly Shore going to?
He's really let himself go.
Oh, I'm only going to watch it if Pauly Shore's going to be in it.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Listen, if Pauly Shore's not in it, that's it. I mean,
Yeah,
that is a comedy, fucking comedy genius.
Planet of the Apes 4.
Oh God, continuation of the ones that's been going on. Oh fuck that, man.
You don't like those?
I'm a sucker for them. I think they're
Not
brilliant.
real. They're I don't know, man. It just seems like the original series is. I don't know.
I don't know. I like Matt Reeves, and I think he did a great job with those three for the most part. But then he did the Batman, and so now I'm like, it sounds like this guy's. He's got that getting up his own ass syndrome, and I'm wondering what he's going to do with 4.
I kind of felt like the last one was up its own ass. Honestly, that's what killed it for me. Was that one the last? The last one.
He's not doing these. Matt Reeves
Sorry.
isn't doing these ones.
I've just been looking through this. I've just been looking through this list of movies that are due out, and I've just seen on there that it says Wonder Woman 3. So obviously this list is a load of crap.
No.
We're out.
That Patty Jenkins, man, she sure knows how to burn a bridge, doesn't she? Nobody
Make
can
sure
burn
you
a bridge
give her
like she
full
can.
creative control. Okie dokie. So, thank you for all the chat this evening. It's been sorry we've been ignoring everybody. But thank you. Even Yoda is teeing off on Phil. Yeah, Yoda, leave me alone.
Yeah, you got a fan there. Heidi's really trying to stick up for you because
She's
you're a
sleeps on
beta
film.
male, and
She's-
you need a
no, I was just
strong
gonna say-
female to.
I was going to say she's obviously sweet on the mentally disturbed and mentally inefficient people and whatnot. So
She's obviously
yay!
a gay ally.
If you guys saw pictures of Heidi, you would be like, "What in the fuck is this chick doing watching this fucking show full of 4 retards?"
I have seen her on Instagram, and I do wonder that every day.
Everybody's got their weird fetishes. You can,
Yeah.
just let it.
Hers is obviously middle-aged, bearded,
Middle-aged fat complainers.
fat
yeah,
people, moaners about it, but can't be happy watching a film.
yeah. It's okay. I understand.
Okie dokie. So next week it's Christmas Day, so we will be here just to get away from our families.
Excuse me.
No, we're not. We're not going to be here next week, but we'll probably be back in the new year.
We may push off for 2 weeks because we got the Christmas that weekend and then right into New Year's Day, which is going to be tough, and nobody's going to want to.
The New Year stream will just be.
Do you guys celebrate Christmas and New Year's in England? Is that a holiday over there?
No,
Yeah,
of course
we
not.
invented it.
Oh, Matt, don't be stupid.
It was invented by an Englishman named Charles Dickens. I don't know if you knew that, but
I didn't.
Matt, don't be
he's the
funny.
guy that
No,
invented
we don't do Christmas over here at all. It's
I'll,
purely an American thing, isn't it?
It's very true. After this, Sean, remind me after this stream, I'll tell you what my dear old granddad once said about Christmas. You'll love it, but I won't say
Oh,
it
tell me
next
now! I
week when
can't
we
wait.
get back. It involves
aren't we
Kanye's friends.
demonetized enough, Satan Claus? Can you just cut us a break?
Okie dokie. Yoda, would you like to wrap up for us?
Sure. So, thank you, everybody. Jesus Christ.
You're so disgusting. Why do you have to be so uncouth?
This is why we shred you. All
You know
three.
what you're
That's
doing?
why.
You're trying to earn some alpha points back after your audition
Yeah,
about Rose.
you're not a sigma male. You're a beta cuck. So don't even try. You grossed Hattie out, and she was the only person here that likes you.
She's the only ally.
She's the only person here who likes you. But you guys like me, don't you?
Sure. See you next week.
Sure. Wow, look at the time.
Guys.
Wait. Okay, now we can talk about it.
I thought they were my friends.
We're laughing over other people's pain.
It's the best kind of laughter.
It's the best guy. We are laughing.
We finally pushed Phil over the edge. Well done.
Oh God, I hate myself.
Look
What
at
a
my
year
wife,
it's
she's probably
been,
a nice cup of
hasn't
tea.
It's been a year, and this is the last episode of 2022. We will be back maybe in sometime 2023. Will it be all 4 of us, or will one of us be hanging from the rafters? We'll find out. Tune in the second week of January. I can't get through this.
Fingers
And for
crossed.
I'm gonna faint. Please come to our website, lastmovieoutpost.com, where we have all the best in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. You can reach us on @MovieOutpost on Twitter. He's at Boba Phil over there. I am at Drunken Yoda 1. He is gay. And he's a racist. So we run the gamut here, you know?
Very diverse.
Very
Will you
diverse.
Bugger off, Matt.
Well,
My middle name isn't
haven't
Phil.
even been-
Isn't is.
We haven't even been drinking. You can see us on Instagram at Last Movie Outpost. Thank you very much for watching. God knows why you do, but we do appreciate it anyway. If you could ever want to come to the website, if you want to support us, please either disable your ad blocker or you can donate to us on PayPal or subscribe to us at Subscribestar. And you will find all that at the website. LastMovieOutpost.com. All right, continue with your racist blather.
Or you could send a super chat in the comments.
That is also something that can be done, yes.
If you want to help Phil in particular, just please send money to the Samaritans.
Yes, all money will go to our nonprofit of Phil's mental health, which I gotta tell you, so far we got like $1.57.
We're this close to pushing him over the edge, folks. So
Yeah.
Come on, we can do it if we all pull together. If we all pull together as a team, we can do this.
Dream big.
Phil dies in 23. Come on, that's the watchword.
All the money will go towards a new shotgun for him. Come on, we want you to go out in style. A noose is cheap. Sean is a bellend.
Bellend.
It's also spelled wrong.
I know. I did that on purpose.
Heidi says she sent us a super chat, but it didn't show up. Did it?
Did it?
It didn't on the that I don't see it. She might be lying too. She is a woman, and they do lie.
Wow. Brainbug's off to watch Tulsa King. Enjoy that, mate. You're going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
Yes, definitely. So that's where I'm at. I will.
I guess we're done here.
We're done here. And thank God I won't be seeing you guys for at least a year. Dad jokes. Dad jokes. Thank you.
What?
Well, anyway.
I'm just stalling for time because Heidi says she's trying to get her card lined out to send a super chat. So I don't know how much it is. Wait for Heidi to send us the super chat.
No. We're not that desperate. You can get it set up for next year.
Yeah.
We will have a much better year next year.
Heidi.
Hopefully we'll have much better entertainment to talk about next year. So thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you on the next stream.